And we're ready to go with more StarCraft. I'd like to think that, what's the worst food you ever ate while playing StarCraft, Nyoken? Were you a Mountain Dew kind of guy?
Oh yeah, Mountain Dew.
Okay.
In college. Once I got to college, and there aren't any rules anymore.
Oh, we took a nosedive.
And I don't gotta go to class. It was like go to Taco Bell, Mountain Dew.
I think so.
Every day.
I found a way to so my university blocked the port that you had to tunnel through in order to play StarCraft. So I found a way to get around that. And as soon as I did that, I started playing more Brood War and StarCraft 2. And I remember I was staying up late at night, and I had a bowl of I was drinking chocolate milk, and I had a bowl of Frosted Flakes. And I looked over at the bowl, and I was like, wait a second. And I put the chocolate milk on the Frosted Flakes. It was a good ladder session, let me tell you. Anyway, we're not that desperate, but we got one more group left. So we're gonna need your energy and Patreon subscriptions to make it through this group. So in case you were wondering who is in this group, we've got helpful graphics prepared for you. We've got almost every Russian player in this group, with the exception of SPX, I think isn't in here. But all the other ones, they're here. So we've got DeWalt, BSL champion, season 3. Also, I would say one of the best non-Koreans in the world. The only problem is he's had a little bit of a struggle in the last couple of seasons, being eliminated somewhat surprisingly in some groups of death and otherwise in seasons 8 and 7. But he's back. He's never been eliminated in the round of 24 before, and I don't expect him to start now. He's facing against the highest placing Russian player in the 20th anniversary StarCraft tournament a year ago, Lancer X.
Yeah, Lancer X. Isn't he just a Russian god over there? Didn't he win a tournament that he wasn't supposed to win?
It was one of the Russian cyber lands or whatever in Moscow. I was like, how does this guy do it? For context, wait a second. I need to scoot this way. Your shoulder disappeared. You're ruining the illusion. Okay. All right. Anyway, yeah, he's like this guy. He's 38 years old. He's older than Artosis. Okay. No. Not possible, but somehow we made it happen. He's got the oldest car, and we were motoring around Moscow way too late at night. There was crazy stuff going on. It was a great memory. And it's only one of great memories. It's only one of the great memories that Lancer X has, because all of his others are beating players you wouldn't expect him to beat online. So he's no joke, but neither is DeWalt. I mean, DeWalt's he's the guy.
Yeah, he's amazing at Protoss. I personally like him more than probably every other foreign Protoss, including Bonneth, which, people were probably shocked about that. But PvP, some people think it's kind of a coin flip. I don't think that. Rain has kind of proved that it's not a coin flip. That guy never loses.
I remember watching Rain beat DTs with 3-Gate Goon. I'm like, okay, look, you're right. Not a coin flip.
Yeah, so I'm excited to see Lancer X versus DeWalt. Our first map is going to be match point, so I'm ready to just get this Group D underway.
But don't you want more 40-minute games, Nyoken?
Just because it's PvP don't mean it's not going to be.
It's only 5:30.
It can be a 40-minute game.
Look, let's see it happen. I'm ready. All right, we've got DeWalt versus Lancer X on match point for the first game in Group D. All right, here we go. In the bottom left-hand corner, in the blue, from Russia, it's Lancer X.
And in the top right, we got the red Protoss. It is DeWalt. So yeah, eliminated early in the past 2 BSLs. DeWalt definitely wants to get some redemption now,
for sure.
Because he came to Korea a few months ago, and since then, really hasn't had any success in BSL. So he's definitely looking to redeem himself a little bit. This is a good group for him too. PvP, he's really good at that. Then he's got PvT if he goes up against Casper, and then Babo, really good ZVZ and ZVT player. So I think this is a really good group for DeWalt. But you never know. Lancer's very strong, Casper's strong, Babo's strong too. Yeah. We have to wait and see what the builds are. Yesterday we saw Models versus Oya. We knew that was going to be aggro games. DeWalt, to me, is more of a standard player, more defensive player, kind of similar to Dragon. So I don't think we're going to see something like a 3-gate from him, but it could happen.
I mean, PvP, anything can happen in mirror matches. The biggest thing is, like, we just got done watching a lot of TVT. So in TVT, the game can reach this state where things are a little bit more equalized. And PvP can have that too. The problem is that in order to get there, we've got to survive this, no pun intended, Russian roulette of like a gauntlet where nobody knows which build is in which chamber of the build order gun here to continue to really drive that analogy into the ground. So let's see what our openers are like, because I feel like if you are a Protoss player, you got to get your builds from somewhere. And Boneth is by far one of the best. He's a big fan of, he kind of like Rain makes PvP look a little bit imbalanced. And one of the ways he does it is with gateways and zealots. So we're not seeing anything super crazy like proxies or 2-gates or wacky stuff like that. It's going to be standard, at least for, wait, where's the cyber core?
No cyber for Lancer X. He's got his gas, but not mining it just yet. He went for a zealot first.
Okay.
And now DeWalt's just going to match the zealot, but it's going to be a little bit delayed. Doesn't matter though. By the time Lancer gets across the map, there's going to be a zealot out in time. So already DeWalt with a bit of a lead here. I think that means that we're actually going to have double zealot from Lancer X, because still no cybernetics at all. Core. Yet he's mining gas.
What could possibly the gas be for? I mean, the probe's going to get in and scout this, and he's going to see that there's a building that should be here that isn't.
Yeah, it's just considerably later. If we look, Lancer isn't even building a second zealot. So what exactly does this mean? He's got a lot of gas. He almost has equal amounts of gas as DeWalt. So I'm kind of curious what this means. Maybe it's a faster second gate. Maybe we're going straight robo with this. I'm not too sure, really. Cybernetics is way later. There's the second gate for Lancer.
Okay, so I mean, that is a little bit stylistic. You're going to have the gateway faster, but the cyber core slower. I mean, range is obviously like a huge part of this matchup when you're fighting early on with the Dragoon count. So maybe you'll have more Dragoons, but they'll have less range. I still think that's not worth it. I haven't seen this particular build order variation before, so if there's some like big brain reason for it and we're just like missing it, definitely let us know. But that's a difference I don't often expect in PvP.
Well, the range upgrade is really not that big of a difference. It's like 5 to 10 seconds. So DeWalt, unless he's like on top of it to really make something happen with his range, it's not going to be a huge deal. Probe goes down, Lancer picks it off. And there is a 2-worker lead for Lancer X right now. So
squeezing them in.
He does have double goon faster than DeWalt. Gateway is just about to finish for DeWalt, but he's going to match the gateway. I mean, is that a 3rd gate? That is a pylon. So no 3-gate. I was not expecting to see 3-gate from DeWalt. More so I expect to see 2-gate robo, something along those lines. Now Lancer X, when I play him on ladder TVP, obviously completely different matchup. He's gateway man. Completely gateway man. So we might see something like 3-gate or 4-gate. I expect to see robo, just standard follow-up also, but I never know.
I mean, the robo is like just the safe and standard one. The only one it really loses to is like a 3-gate, and obviously you got to figure out whether or not your opponent is one of those big risk takers. Now, one of the other things that can really define PvP is the first interaction between their units. More Dragoons beats less Dragoons, but if you have a Zealot in there, you're still going to win with even Dragoon numbers. So that could really turn this around, because I don't think DeWalt has his Zealot with the Dragoons, but they've actually passed like ships in the night. And now we've got 3 Dragoons versus 2 Dragoons coming out of these gateways. And the first shots, they've been fired. And with 3 versus 2, like I said, that is going to be a big, big difference, with almost the ability to take down one of these Dragoons. And I mean, this is huge. He's trying to wall off. He can't do it. The assassin goon counter from DeWalt breaks into the base, but back at home, he's got nothing to defend against the Dragoon counter coming across the map from Lancer X.
Yeah, this is 1 Zealot, 3 Goons versus just 3 Goons for DeWalt. And these 2 Dragoons are going to pop out any moment now for Lancer X. So I still think that this is okay. Zealot gets on top of that Dragoon. Now I can focus fire down these Goons. DeWalt's in trouble.
Oh no, he lost a Dragoon to a Zealot.
Oh, you got to micro those.
Yeah, surround the Dragoons. He's so close. He's trying to take out the Dragoons, but he wasn't able to micro the probes to surround it. He was trying to micro on the other side of the map as well. And now I think actually DeWalt is in more trouble than
Oh,
Lancer
no,
is.
but Rallied Goon is not attacking. Look at that Zealot control from Lancer.
Oh my God.
Dragoon run by.
Okay, just attack the Zealot. Attack the Zealot. No, he's not going to. The probe's glitched against it. He targets down the one wounded Zealot, but massive damage has been dealt by Lancer.
Oh, yes, he's up 4 probe, but DeWalt still has his 2 goons on that side of the map. But Lancer is holding for now. Both players still going into Reaver.
Yeah.
This one goon was misrallied, but you don't
Oh
want to
no,
lose
it's
these
still
goons.
2v1 on goons and Lancer's base if DeWalt wants to go in, but he's not. He's waiting for 2 more goons.
This goon might get caught. Okay, they're going to try and sandwich these 2 goons, and the goon in the back going to get some pot shots off. Didn't expect to see him.
He's blocking.
Position.
Oh, he's so sick. He trades 1 for 1 on wounded goons. I guess that's good. Okay, never mind. Look,
yeah, but Lancer's
I was excited.
Lancer's still up 4 workers, and he still has 3 goons. They're even on goons. They're matching tech. So this is a great position for Lancer. He's a bit lower in gas and minerals, but he's got more probes, so he'll definitely catch up pretty quick. There's where some of the gas went. He went into Observer. But that was great. Both players just going for a big counterattack against each other. DeWalt is confident to take a Nexus even. I'm a bit surprised because I think he should feel like he didn't do as much damage as Lancer. Here comes DeWalt again.
Yeah, he's really trying to pound this advantage home. At the very least, he takes out some free pylons. Might actually be helping, but he doesn't want to take free hits.
There is a Zealot out also for 2 Zealots out for Lancer. So actually he has the better army right now straight up in a fight. But DeWalt has the faster Nexus, and Lancer has no idea. If he did, he would probably put down either the Nexus or a couple more gates and just try and bust him. Because he knows he dealt a lot of economic damage to DeWalt.
DeWalt's Nexus is like the defining characteristic of this game. That is what will make him either win the game or lose the game. And he's got Reavers, but no shuttle. And that's a great way to defend, but you can't really do anything else with that. I guess with a Nexus, you don't have to do anything. All you need to do is hold on.
Well, it looks like Lancer is going to... I thought he's going to take a Nexus himself, but he's taking a long time to do it. He's also starting to not build probes anymore. So I'm not too sure what he's actually doing. There's no 3rd gate or 4th gate. There's still no Nexus. And now DeWalt has his completed, and now he's even transferred. So there's there's the 3rd gate for Lance. So actually he really just wants to go and kill him. And because there's no shuttle, actually there's a big window.
He went OBS after double Reaver, which is weird because the only way Reavers can deal damage is if they have a shuttle with them. Like they're not going to crawl across the map. So when you go OBS after that, you either want information or the ability to survive against DTs, but none of that will help you win the game. They just help you not lose the game.
Well, I'm pretty sure Lancer got in and saw that there was robotics tech. So
right.
It's a bit curious that he went Observer before the shuttle, because now this attack that he wants to go for, if he had a shuttle right now instead of the Observer, there's no shuttle for DeWalt.
Right, and it's double Reaver just running across the map.
Yeah. But now DeWalt's a little worried because I'm watching closely to what he's building. He's building double gate. He's building probes, but he actually needs a shuttle really bad right now.
Yeah, I mean Reavers. It's unreal the difference between Reavers without shuttle versus Reavers with shuttle. And neither. Oh, actually, so DeWalt just now starting a shuttle. A shuttle cannot come out fast enough. The Reavers are in the front. Oh my god! If they get
God!
Oh, he's gonna get the huge scarabs. The detonations, bombs being dropped on Lancer X's whole army. He's got to head for the high ground, the hills, if you will. And that is just such a huge swing in the matchup.
Well, he's going to try and even it up with a shuttle. No, those are going to dud. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. The Dragoons.
Oh, no.
Well, there's an 8-worker lead for DeWalt now, and his Reavers did so much damage. I don't even think
is he really going to try for this? I mean, if he goes for this, then he's going to lose the Reavers or the shuttles he picks up. He's taking hits. Loses the shield. That one scarab duds.
There's just too much DeWalt now, I think.
Yeah.
The Reavers now have a shuttle for themselves. He's up 8 supply. He has better econ, but the 8 supply.
Oh my god! That's a huge swing. DeWalt taking out the shuttle and the Reavers. He might lose his own Reavers, but no, he saves it with the shuttle that pops out just in time. DeWalt, how does he do it? He's so good.
Well, if that first Reaver shot wasn't enough, this shuttle kill is definitely more than enough for DeWalt to probably just run this game over. He's got so many goons. He hasn't lost any goons, really. This is the only advantage Lancer has, being on the high ground, but now they're stuck.
Well, okay, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Oh no, whoa.
Okay, but if they run in here, they're getting fucked up.
Oh, he's still getting massive shots up. Lancer's actually just trying to fight goon versus goon when there's Reavers down here. Oh, pick it up, pick it up. Oh, look at the staggering of the Reavers there. Oh, he's gonna save it at the last second. The redrop for the faster shot, in theory, supposedly saves one Reaver, saves the shuttle. There's only one Dragoon surviving, and who cares that? DeWalt headed across the map, looking to deal critical damage to a very wounded Lancer X.
Yeah, we had even supply, and now it's just a 40 supply lead almost for DeWalt. This game is about to end any second. There's just nothing left. One shuttle, or one Reaver, one shield battery. I don't think it's enough.
This is fantastic. Well, look, this is massive advantage for DeWalt, who is going to come across the map. And oh wow, he actually lost his shuttle and Reaver there. So whoopsies. There is a shield battery back at home. It's in the front to block. There's still a Reaver here. Can he dive on top of the Reaver? It is getting a couple of shots off, but it can't survive without a shuttle. So the Reaver goes down, and Lancer X pieces out. And that is the fast trip to the winner's match for DeWalt in game number 1.
Yeah, and Lancer had a good counter. It was better than DeWalt's even.
Yeah.
Just the miss micro on the, or not miss micro, just didn't realize that you're going to walk 2 Reavers into my goons and just go for it.
Yeah.
I guess so.
Ugh. Well, he does it. How he does it, well, I guess we just got a chance to watch. So DeWalt is waiting in the winner's match for the next player to advance. And so we call this like the Russian group of death, because most of the players are Russian. But one of the players that isn't is coming up next. I don't know what you think about Bobo, but I think he really impressed me last season, especially getting some really crazy upset wins that I don't think anybody really expected.
He's got really good muta control. His ZVZ and ZVT is on point, but Casper has some nice timings. But if Casper doesn't get damage done with his like marine medic pushes, slowly 2-hatch will win over time. Right? It just slowly builds up. So I like Bobo's chances here versus Casper, but Casper's very good. And he's also very high ranked on the ladder, like 2,300, 2,400, something like that.
Yeah, I also don't know how they do that, but I mean, that's the mystery. I know a lot of people try to get into BSL Pro League, and so if they are here, a lot of people are just like, well, they didn't play as many games as the other people in Pro League, or they're new and they don't have the pedigree that established BSL Pro Leagueians have built up over time. No, they're here. They deserve to be here. And Bobo especially. He's definitely not a player that people overestimate a lot, but he has definitely the potential to reach quarterfinals. That's crazy. I forgot that he did that in season 7 because right back again the next season, he was out in the round of 24. So I don't know if inconsistent is the right word to use there, but still it's impressive to see him back again. He's playing against Casper, a man that only moments ago, before BSL, we got a chance to see Casper play against DeWalt. It looked close for a while, and then some carriers came out. But anyway, he was warming up. So let's see how he does against Pabo. What do you think is going to happen here, Nyokin?
Casper is so aggro. It would be shocking to me if we see something other than some like two racks or 3 racks marine medic push. Even on one base, it could be 2 bases. And if we see lurkers from Bobo, I would be shocked because he's killer with mutas.
I mean, I'm just looking at their win rates, and I'm like, well, we're forcing one of them to change the matchup they have no wins in yet. So either Pabo will get his first Terran win, or Casper will get his first Zerg win. And it seems like Casper struggles more against Zerg than Bobo struggles against Terran, but he's only played 1 Terran. So, there it goes. It's time to get into our second match of Group D. It's Pabo taking on Casper on match point. So let's get it started.
In the bottom left, we have the South American Zerg representing the magenta color. It is Bobo.
That's right. And his opponent in the steel.
Uh-oh.
Metal to How many? Oh,
That's a 6 racks,
ooh.
boys. That is call Artosis, because I've seen this before.
He's got a build order notebook.
Build order notebook. It's in there.
He's flipping through. He's like, I can't find my build. I can't. Oh, there it is. The entire build order feels like half a page in the notebook.
Yeah. He pulled it out versus me at WCG US Open. When he used that, I told him, good thing you wrote that build order down. I was so angry.
That build that you're talking about is actually the oldest video on the World Cyber Games YouTube channel. Is Artosis 6-raxing Nyoken in WCG 2004? Five. Whatever.
I remember.
Okay. Well, here it is. The 6-racks coming down. There's a reason he's the grime boss, getting a little bit dirty down there. And let's just say overlords are not fast at scouting things. So, I mean, you'll see the middle of the map, but that is not where this barracks is being built.
This is very risky versus someone like Babo because he goes full first quite often. This time looks like we may have 12 hatch, but he does play 12 full gas. What's that drone? Okay. Luckily for Casper, he's going to be able to float in this rack. But one thing that you have to remember is this SCV is going to come up and scout. So if this Overlord intercepts the SCV coming up,
it's going to see the direction.
He's going to think, why is there an SCV coming from here?
He was checking for a proxy hatch.
Or he may proxy the factory down here too.
Ooh.
But if you proxy the factory down here, how do we defend our main to just lane counter?
Yeah. Well, that's the thing is that even if you deal critical damage with this,
he sent it.
All your stuff.
Does the Overlord see it? Does he?
Yeah, he does.
Why
see it.
is your SCV coming from there?
All right, let's see what the reaction is going to be. Obviously, you can't react too much at this point in time because you can't build colonies because you don't have a spawning pool. So once the pool finishes, obviously that's when we need to start panic mode.
Now,
is there 3 drones in production?
I think he's building a bunker at the net. He wants to pull the drones to the top so he can kill the drones in the main with these Marines. This is a fake.
Oh my God, this is genius. It's only drones in production. I think that's actually good because you can't build Zerglings yet.
But the problem with this is when you spend money on the bunker, it delays your factory. Look, we're over 100 gas, but we can't build our factory yet. So the factory does get delayed a little bit. So that's something to factor in.
He's hiding the drone in the main too. So he's either going to go late scout or...
he knows this is not a real rush because he didn't pull any workers. How does he know that this is not... I guess it's because he saw the SCV come from that direction. He didn't send... He sent 1. Does he know already?
Okay, if he holds this just flawlessly... He saw the SCV direction, but I don't... Like, how much can you really infer from that? Like, this guy's getting his tarot cards read right now. Jeez Louise.
He's not using the lings yet, though.
What am I watching
he
here?
He does know. He just knows.
No, he doesn't! Save me! What is this tragedy? How does he miss that?
Oh my gosh, he's out in the map now.
4 Marines straight in your main. 1, 2,
3.
Okay,
and it forces the lings back. That gives him time to get a vulture up now.
Yeah. And he can actually just wedge these Marines in some crystalline formation down there. Or do some sexy micro. All right.
That's too many lings.
Yeah, it is. And they don't have speed, but there's also no bunker down here. If he had built the barracks in like some position where you could like...
This is pretty good.
Fits the Marines behind it. Yeah, he's really... what are these, zealots?
And he sees all the links. Oh man, Casper, he built a low on location CC. I really think he needed to build this at his entrance because so many lings are coming. He has no speed, he has no mines, he has no anything. I don't see how he holds this because Babo has speed already.
Look, it's 1 vulture against Zerglings. It's melee versus range. You can micro vultures, right?
You can.
I mean, they're
Flash do it.
They're speedlings, so let's get ready. Obviously, you want to get out there and pick off the Zerglings before they get across the map. If you can stop the Zerglings from getting there, and that's step number 1, but you can't lose your vultures on the way.
This is not bad. He killed a decent amount, but more are coming. So.
Yeah, this is just lings. I think it's time to take our cell phone and dial that hotline ling. It's coming.
Hotline ling.
Across. Oh, he traps the vulture. He's so good. How does he do it? So there's one Vulture and a Dream holding Grind Boss in this game.
He can deny the CC now.
Yeah, he got a little bit down and dirty, and now he is kind of falling in the mud. A couple of Vultures come out. One of them goes down. The second one gets taken out. It's Zerglings and nothing else. One more Vulture about to go down. The Speedlings, they just need to breathe on it. There it goes. Only one Vulture survives. The Zergling numbers are tapering, but there's so many more pink and purple on the way.
Yeah, and is there a Spire on the way? I don't see a Spire just yet, so it is just pure Ling at this point. So if Casper can hold, he's in an okay position. But
he's got a micro. He's got a micro. He loses another Vulture. He's lost like 6 volts so far. He's making them 2 at a time, so maybe eventually he'll reach critical mass. The SCVs are going down. We're talking single-digit workers here.
Man, he's not mining anymore. His command center is like so close to being done. It's over. He has no more SCVs. Vultures fall.
He can't build more Vultures. He's down to 30 minerals. And I don't know if we're going up much higher than that. He's not microing the Vultures. He's just letting them die to Zerglings. I think that's it. Well, it looks like there might have been some mitigating circumstances there. So, you know, there's only so much we can say about that. At the end of the day, I feel like maybe if you play a race that has siege tanks that require minimal micro, but instead decide to float a barracks into your opponent's base, I don't know. I don't know about that. Look, I'm not the pro player here, okay? I'm just the person who hasn't lost a game yet today. Anyway, that's going to do it for our second game, and that means that Babo is going to go up to the winner's match to play DeWalt in a best-of-1 to find out which player is going to advance out in first place from Group D. So I'm pretty excited about that. I think maybe DeWalt is the favorite of this group, but Babo is kind of a legend killer, and in the season where he advanced on to the quarterfinals, round of 8, he did so by beating players nobody thought he could. So definitely capable of overachieving and reaching those crazy heights. He's just got to make it past one of the best non-Korean players in the world.
Yeah, and DeWalt's got amazing PVZ, so it's going to be a tall task. Man, I know that he saw the SCV come from that direction, but I mean, it makes sense that the Rax was down there, but he only pulled one drone. What if Casper didn't float it and just sent it up that way? Then the bunker gets up for free.
Yeah.
He didn't react at all. He didn't even scout bottom right at all.
He didn't even finish the bunker. I mean,
yeah, he didn't. It was a perfect read from Babo, but then when he didn't find the racks, what do you think he was thinking when he didn't see the racks there initially?
Well, because you're really predicating your entire build on the fact that you're being cheesed. And if you don't see the racks, you're just like, wait a second, what is happening here?
I think Casper's build was actually pretty slick, other than the command center. Because if we get the wall up, then what did the links do?
I mean, Casper did the build.
Yeah.
Like, everything went according to plan. He might not have baited the drones where he wanted them to go, but what a crazy game. Jeez. Yeah. All right.
Next game.
It's
DeWalt
time.
Versus Babo.
La Mancha.
I'm
the
ready.
Map. Let's do it. Game number 3. One of these players will advance on to the round of 16. All right, here we go in the upper left-hand corner in the magenta, playing Protoss. From Russia, it's DeWalt.
In the bottom left, in the purple, it is Babo.
Okay, so we're going to change the colors just a little bit. Sorry, I recognize maybe you guys can hear Zero's voice through my speakers. I'm just in the habit of like relaying the information. But yeah, now it's red and blue for those of you who are colorblind.
So we got DeWalt going for the low ground pylon. Of course, still no one is willing to one base for me except for Bonnet. Someone, please hear me.
Shuttle Reaver, it's so good.
It's so good. We've seen it only a couple times from Bonnet, and then once in Nation Wars a long time ago, USA versus Europe. I think it was Yeti used it twice. But nobody else wants to go for it.
Yeah, Bonnet figured out it was too easy to win games with it, so he handicaps himself by not doing the build he's best at. But for DeWalt, obviously, you know, you're going to learn a lot as a contemporary of Bonnet, but DeWalt's style is totally different. He is much less of like that one base player and much more of like a kind of, I'd say, standard. What do you think about DeWalt's
Yeah, well,
PVZ.
this is a different opener from what I normally expect to see from DeWalt. DeWalt to me is usually a Forge expand
guy,
play,
yeah.
but this time it's gateway expand. Now, one thing to note with this gateway, though, I think it's so close to the pylon a cannon can't fit. I think. Is it? Looks pretty tight right there. Like one.
Yeah, I don't think
doesn't
it.
fit.
Yeah,
So
not between.
that would be a picked off Forge potentially if it gets picked if Baba goes into some type of Hydra play later on. But we'll have to see how much damage DeWalt can get done with this Zealot. Again, as per usual, first scout.
Oh
Bottom
yeah.
left. It just never ends. So he sees exactly what's going on. This was an overpull for Bobo.
I mean, he's not going to be delayed taking this hatchery, which is, maybe a sigh of relief. Definitely something the probe could have chosen to do. He's instead choosing to stay in the main and see what's coming out of these eggs.
6 lings.
Yeah, it's going to be all 6 lings. So that's definitely something to think about if you're planning on doing anything aggressive, which obviously the gateway opener is. So keeping track of those lings, seeing where they are and how many there are is pretty important.
Now, Babo is a very sneaky player and loves to micro, and this is not shocking to me. Oh, I thought he was going to send 2 lings out and go for like a backstab while DeWalt attacks with his own Zealot, and they're just going to have a huge micro battle.
Well, killing that probe is scary.
Ooh, look at this. Hold position, Zealots on the ramp.
On the ramp. So that means no matter how many Zerglings you have, it's not... Like, this is the Gandalf, you shall not pass kind of situation. Except that there's no Balrog underneath the bridge to catch the Zealots when they fall.
Well, DeWalt fends off the lings easily for now. Probe comes out, though. It's going to get intercepted by the lings. But that's going to allow DeWalt to slowly build up his Zealot count without really any fear of being backstabbed. Actually, the probe does get through, and he's going to come back in for a secondary scout. Now, something I see that from Babo is there's no gas just yet. He's taking the 3rd hatch before gas, so this is kind of Nemu-esque so far. Hatchery man with no gas. But where's the defense at the main? Is there any Zealot and probe there? Okay, he moved him back.
Yeah, we left the Zerglings through, and now look. I mean, obviously you don't want them to get into the main. We gotta throw down our cannon here. Yeah, it cannot come up too quickly. He's actually gonna go out and try to fight these Zerglings. That's a big surround on these Zealots. You gotta stutter them so they don't keep taking these shots. The Zealots fall like one by one. They're gonna have to pull back, and that means that our cannon, just like I said, cannot come up fast enough. Trying to get onto the cannon. Zerglings going down. Good pull from the probes, trying to keep the Zerglings out of the main, but they run by the cannon.
Yeah, luckily for DeWalt, Babo didn't go for gas and speed, because otherwise he'd have 5 lings running in his main. So for now, he's in a good position. Cannon going up at the natural, but everything's getting at the main, everything's getting mega delayed. Oh, this pylon might get picked off.
I think it is gonna actually go down. Yeah, you can't say that pylon's going down. Maybe he's happy that he occupied the Zerglings' time, but he's got to surround this cannon in the middle line. He's losing free probes.
Happening?
He's got to drill the lings. That's not the defense you want. I mean, maybe he kills the lings here, but look at how many probes are going down. It's crazy. It's a massacre. He cancels the cannon.
What is happening?
What? I mean, maybe he just thinks he's going to hold against the lings there, so he doesn't need the cannon. And then he lost so many probes, he's got to cut as many corners as he can. But it's just a tragedy. He's lost everything.
Yeah, now Zerg is powering hard. He's got equal drones to probes right now. The cannon cancel was actually key because he needed the money to start building his probe count up. But now still, there's one ling just running around. DeWalt is in trouble. He lost so many drones, and this is versus Hatchery Man. He's gonna have like 6 hatch before gas. There's still no gas.
Man, if Damn Funk had donated to DeWalt, maybe he'd have enough money right now. But instead, he donated to BSL, so a big thanks for that donation. I think, DeWalt might need a few more.
That's a dead Zealot. He's going to kill like 3 lings, but still, that's an important Zealot too because of how many probes he lost.
Yeah, I mean, we can build more lings. We can't really build more Zealots because there's just not enough money to go around.
Oh, he actually does have gas. I didn't even see it. Lair is coming up, and we are in the Stone Age for DeWalt. He's now starting Cybernetic. Actually, he's building up his probe count pretty nicely. I'm a bit surprised how nicely he is. I guess that cannon really gave him an influx of econ. Lair's halfway done. Cybernetics is about halfway done too. 4 hatch. We're gonna see a 5th and 6th hatch pretty soon, I suspect. Or maybe Baba goes for some kind of weird 4 hatch plus with hydras and speed. Oh, Speedling's coming in.
I mean, he is getting speed, but I mean, what's the follow up? Keep in mind, DeWalt is he's shook a little bit. His build's a little bit messy. It's off. Oh wow, there's still a Ling in the main. I didn't even see that.
And what's nice about this is he can scout exactly what DeWalt's doing forever.
I just know the perfect counter.
Yeah, is it Sair? Is it Citadel? Did this guy not build a cannon in his main? Can I go mass mutas? That probe's dead also.
Goodbye. He's gonna snipe it. Wow. Well, I mean, killing that probe means that he actually didn't scout the Stargate, right? I don't think he got in range to see. Oh, is he gonna kill another probe? No way. The wall is kind of falling apart a little bit. I mean, it's rough to have links in your main.
Yeah, it is rough, but
I mean, they didn't have speed though.
They don't have speed, and we're banking a lot of larva here. So is this gonna be mass mutas? Babo doesn't have the gas though just yet. He has a massive supply block right now. Could be a lot of drones being made, but instead, big block. Now he'll be able to pump out a bunch of drones if he wants to. There they are, 5 coming in. But regardless, he's golden. He's got 4 hatches. I'm expecting to see a 5th and 6th pretty soon. He's got his Spire pretty much done at this point. It's like halfway along. +1 weapon for Protoss on ground and air coming in.
I love how Babo is choosing to play that. He knows that he did a little bit of damage, and he's just leveraging that so completely. How many Zerglings does Babo have? It's like 6? Okay, it says 7 outside the main. I think that's it. So ordinarily this might not be enough, but he's just macroing like a monster behind this.
Yeah, Citadel is about to finish. We've got second gate about halfway done, almost done actually. So we're gonna have speed come in. We're gonna have to wait and see how fast Templar Archive comes in. There's another. Is that Templar Archive?
No.
No, it is Pylon. So no Templar Archive just yet. There it is. It has just started. And we're going to see an influx of gates pretty soon. And DeWalt's looking at about a minute from now, going for another timing. Looks like Babo maybe has a drone down at bottom right. Put down a port base. We've got a lot of money. So we may see some mutas pretty soon too.
Well, there are all the Scourge popping out, and that's actually quite a few. So with that many Scourge, you're really relying on picking off a Muta, or picking off a Corsair. So he's going to position them in sort of this like dragnet style, where as soon as the Corsair overextends, it just gets picked off.
He built quite a few Scourge, and it actually looks like it's going to be mutas based on how many Scourge popped out. What was it, 6? And DeWalt saw it. So you can see that DeWalt's continuing to build Sairs. You're going to build Sairs anyways, but maybe not as many as he may have built. +1 weapon's about to kick in for both air and ground. 2 DTs are coming out. So is this going to be Maelstrom, or is this just going to be DT harassment?
I was going to say, it's like Bisu build-esque. Like, I feel like we've come a long way since then. Losing a couple of Scourge for free, just scouting out maybe the Corsair positioning or lack thereof. Just trying to like get a free Corsair by putting it near the Stargate, but that's not what happened.
Mutas.
I mean, here come the Zealots. We're running in. We're surrounding the only sunken there. I mean, there's a lot of Zerglings, so it's definitely not the commitment he wants to make. And there's that Hydra Den. I don't know how much we're using that Hydra Den though, because all I see are Mutas and Scourge being made.
I saw an upgrade coming in for the Hydra. I think it was plus range or plus speed, I mean. But here come Mutas. They are out. They're going to help defend versus Mutas, but these are +1 Sairs with no armor upgrade. Remember yesterday, the Zerg players were rushing the armor, but this time it's not complete yet.
It's not done. He can't fight.
This is what, 5 Sairs? They can mow down these Overlords.
Did he build no Hydras? I mean,
no,
maybe.
no.
I mean, 1 or 2, but he's gonna try to shoo them away with just a few Scourge there. He's got some position in flanking positions around the map, and Carapace is just seconds away from finishing. He's really gonna need to hold on here. But actually, the Corsairs went back home, so he's getting plenty of time to get all this air up.
Yeah, the Mutas haven't done any damage either. We've got 6 Sair coming out, probably 7th coming out. 7 is like critical mass with +1 weapon. But this may be going up against +1 armor pretty soon. We do have Hydra damage upgrade coming in. It's about halfway along. Now we start to see an influx of Hydras, but that's so many Zealots now. Even though he lost those Zealots in the early game, he's rebuilt his Zealot count pretty well. But Babo has a lot of drones, 47 to 52. That's great. DT comes in, gets a couple kills, but that's not enough. Only 2.
Yeah, I definitely did think that was going to be for Maelstrom because like that's a huge way to deal with mutas, um, in an undeniable kind of way. It's just I click here, then they all die. But instead, he loses a DT, doesn't really deal a ton of damage, and I mean DTs are Corsairs. They're just you can't make a Corsair if you built a DT. So he's still got one out there on the map. The map control, sure, that's going to go to the Zerg, but eventually. I mean, DeWalt's gonna have some crazy high Corsair count. He's at like 6 right now.
He's at 6 or 7 right now.
8.
He's got 8 now, soon to be 9. So 9 is really good versus +1 armor. You really want a control group if you can get to it versus +1 armor. But if Babo didn't have +1 armor, these Corsairs would be just killing
you get Shrek'd, yeah.
And now DeWalt's feeling confident to take his third base. Babo has bottom right up. Supplies are pretty damn close, 130 to 110. That's pretty good for Zerg, but I'm worried how much energy do these Templars have? I saw them sitting at the Nat for a long time, and we have like, what, 10 Hydras? There's really not that much right now.
Well, this is just going to be like a Han Bang kind of deal. One of these players is winning, and the other is losing. Oh, look at those Scourge. They're hitting so well. The mutas are just, look at how low they are. Oh, one more shot, and all the mutas pop.
And AFK Hydra's behind.
Oh, no. Oh, my God. He's going to lose every single muta there. Okay, he lives with like 2 at 2 HP. The Hydras, like you said, were AFK, and the Zealots are just going to run them over. I think DeWalt is winning this in a big way.
Yeah, now once he kills the Hydras, he can have free reign over the Overlords. He's going to start melting them pretty soon. Actually, he backs off. There's too many Hydras, too many Sunkens. For now, he's just going to be content with his advantage he got right there. But Babo has bottom right up. He's got a bunch of Hydras in production. We see a shuttle being made from DeWalt, so this is going to be some DT, Zealot, Templar harassment.
I actually would love to see a Dark Archon here, but I think actually he knows that we're probably done with mutas. So what's he doing there? I think he was just using the 2 HP mutas to scout. Yeah, so maybe it's not the best Dark Archon time. What's the follow-up? Looks like Lurker's on the way. Obviously, he's trying to transition into something that will allow him to defend these extra bases that he has. He's got to be on like 6, 7 hatcheries right now. And, this is just so scary.
Yeah, I saw that the Lurker upgrade is about halfway done. So we're going to go into a more defensive posture from Zerg in a few seconds. DeWalt, he's in control of this game right now. He still only has Mass Zealot Templar. I haven't seen a Goon cycle yet. I haven't seen range come in just yet. But I did see a shuttle get made. It looks like it's being escorted along the left side of the map. And there's nothing in the main. No detection at all. It's just one DT. And it went unscouted by that Ling.
Oh, man. And everything's been cleared out of the main. There's no Overlords. There's no Scourge or, stray mutas there. Nothing. There's actually just no detection. There's no spores or anything. And here we go. 1, 2.
Meanwhile, DeWalt's doing a good job to
4,
keep Babo
5,
busy.
6, 7, 8, 9.
Now he goes. No, he doesn't.
10.
Oh,
11. I mean, this fight will matter. Maybe not. I don't know.
He killed
25.
the entire line.
26. Yeah. It's I mean,
there's too many Zealots, too many Templars. The Lurkers aren't up in time. The Sares are still alive, killing Overlords everywhere. They're finally going to get taken down, at least half of them. But we lost our entire Hydra army. There's Lurkers. He's going to hold for now. DeWalt still doesn't know about bottom right. That's the saving grace for Babo, but he took so much damage.
Yikes. Even with losing an entire drone line, the drones count is still within like 8. So that usually you don't see even numbers there, but that's still an incredibly devastating.
Oh my
Dark
God,
Templar.
he's
He's killing
still
all the
alive.
gas drones. Babo hasn't looked in his main base in 25 years. He finally takes out that DT, but he's got nothing left there. No drones in the main, so he's gonna have to either transfer them back from somewhere else or rebuild. Let's see. Yeah, I guess he's going for another drone round here, but he definitely needs the Lurkers to hang on to these outer bases.
Oh, that's something you don't ever want to see. I just saw 10 Dragoons in production.
Oof.
We went from pure Zealot man and Templar to Mass Goon man. He still doesn't have range just yet, but it's gonna kick in pretty soon. And once these
Is that +3 weapons almost
it's
done for
+3
DeWalt?
already, almost done. He doesn't have double forge like we saw yesterday, so he doesn't have any armor or shields. But bottom right is about to get massacred. No lurkers or hydras anywhere. So this is the dead base. Babo's best hope probably is to go for a counter. I don't. He's gonna actually hold it. I think the drone drill is amazing.
Wow, yeah, it cuts off like half the zealots from being able
Look
to
at
deal
this.
damage. Even still, he's able to take out both the Sunkens but that does buy time for all these Hydra reinforcements to come in. He's still killing more and more drones, and I think that's just, ugh. Even that being said, the drone count or the worker count is even.
So Babo holds, but look at the supply now. It's like 160 to 100 almost. +3 is going to kick in pretty soon. We've got goons, we've got observers, we got Zealot and Storm, we even got an Archon mixed in. And supply block for Babo, so he can't build anything. The Sayers doing so much damage all game long.
Yeah, they really are getting an incredible amount of damage done. The Sayers, the DTs, they're both just massive. And here comes DeWalt finally bringing the might of his Protoss army to bear. He's got a ton of storms here, and so he's trying to cut off the Hydras on the right-hand side. He doesn't really have to deal with those lurkers, but he could if he wants to storm through them. And the Dragoons are really just perfect to deal with that. And that's it. Pavo taps out. DeWalt will advance out of Group D in first place, defeating the Russian group of death.
Yeah, and that looked convincing because remember, Babo killed how many probes?
I think the final
10?
count was 17, I think.
He killed so many probes with those things, and it still wasn't enough. So DeWalt macroed incredibly well out of that. But Babo looked pretty good. He had good control with the lings. Other than that, DeWalt was just on another level in this game.
Yeah, I think that was kind of the right conclusion to draw there. Obviously, we hyped DeWalt up a little bit, a lot, and he has struggled a little bit lately, but not in the round of 24. And so he is going to boost on out into the round of 16. We still don't know what his group is going to look like there, or if he can make it farther and really kind of reclaim that throne that he kind of held unequivocally in season 3. It's going to take a long time before we see DeWalt again, which will give him plenty of time to practice, so better get working. Now we have to take a short break before we find out who is going to be the next player, or the last player, rather, to advance out of Group D. Crime Boss, he's got one more chance to build a barracks in his opponent's base. Can he do it? I don't know. But it's going to be a 3-way battle to find out which player will advance out second in Group D. We'll have all that and more when we come back with the exciting conclusion of Group D BSL Season 9. we're back. Wow. Thank you for that very sudden return to the stream. Okay, we've got, I don't know how many games, but we've got 2 best of 3s coming your way. The final 2 best of 3s of the night. Is it possible? How did we make it here, Nyoken? Like, all I'm trying to say is that, like, Frodo and Samwise Gamgee had a beautiful stroll through the forest compared to what we've been through today. If the quest had been to drop a ring into 2 hour-long TVTs, they couldn't have handled it.
No.
Only 2 random white dudes from America could have taken on that challenge. And a chat full of God gamers. So thank you guys for tuning in to more BSL, and also thanks to some of the big donations we've been getting tonight. Love you guys. So thank you so much. We've got, like I said, 2 best of 3s coming up. And next, it's the Grime Boss back for another Proxy 6 racks. And he is going to take on Lancer X in a battle of Russian proportions.
Yeah, I would love to see an 8 racks versus Lancer X, because that is not a good TVP build.
Oh, no, it's not.
Not 1 racks.
No.
2 racks maybe. But Casper's very aggro and Lancer's not as aggro, but also somewhat aggro. So this could be just a slugfest back and forth right from the get-go. So I'm excited to see this, especially Sylphid. So you know people are going to be scouted quickly. Well, actually, it probably doesn't even matter that because these players just seem to scout first anyway.
Yeah, I don't understand. It's
matter.
Disproportionate how often we see first scouts here, and that can definitely make a difference. So, whew, all right, let's get it going. Okay, it's time. Neo Sylphid is the map. The players are Lancer X and Casper, and we are about to start the first game of our penultimate best of 3 of the night. Okay, here we go. In the 12 o'clock location in the red, playing Protoss from Russia, it's Lancer X.
In the bottom right in the blue, we have Casper, aka Grime Boss. Yeah, so Casper, super hyper aggro. You could tell from Bobo's game that this is a guy that just wants to be in your face all the time.
Yeah.
Lancer X also somewhat aggressive, but not nearly
Not
as
on that
aggro
level
as Casper. No.
For sure.
So Lancer, I think his aggression will be something like Zelagoon, whereas we could definitely see a 2-fact from Casper. I'm remembering back to the previous BSL, the crazy game. What was the 3-player map? The one that Power Bond. Power Bond. How can you forget Power Bond?
That was the only map we were allowed to play that season.
The only one. Casper on that map versus the new Protoss, I can't remember his name, but he had that epic game. 1 base forever.
The Italian kid, right?
Was it? I can't remember.
Oh, it was
no. It was a new guy, but it was an epic. He was all in for like 30 minutes. So we have a wall from Casper already. So already this signifies that he's going to do something aggressive. Because to defend the wall, you're going to need either Marines or 2-fact or Siege Mode Expand. But Siege Mode Expand is kind of falling out.
Yeah. I just want to know which all-in we're going for. Like how do we find out? Let's see. I don't know what the best route for Lancer X to go for is, but I would expect something like at least standard for the opener. It's not always going to stay that way, but I'm still waiting to see the SCV head out across the map. I don't see it yet.
No probe, no SC. They don't need to. Oh, look at this.
How did he scouted the wrong direction?
Yes. How's that possible?
This must be on purpose.
It's gotta be. Lancer wants to make sure that Zero doesn't think that something's going on, so he's going to scout mid-left first this time.
Well, hey, at least the connection is going to be better in this match than it was in the last one.
It should.
In theory.
Right,
although, you know, Russia's a big country.
Are we pulling off gas? This is the moment we're going to pull off gas, and we did, surprisingly. Okay. I'm actually very surprised because this wall, generally, you don't see that often. So this must be something like an FB, I'm guessing.
Well, it's going to be harder to scout just because of the lateness of the probe, but he's still going to get in. Barely. Ooh. Not in time to block that. Wow.
Does not get in. Now he sees that.
But he does get
Casper. Oh, yeah, he does get it. Now Casper, or he sees Casper. Oh, did he put back on gas? Yeah, he does have 2 on gas. So this looks like could still be 2-fact maybe. Could be Starport. Could be a mind game because, like I said, walling versus Protoss very unusual. So Lancer may already be thinking like, oh, maybe I should 2-gate Ob on one base, something along those lines.
Mm-hmm. I mean, just something safe, not anything insanely crazy. How's that probe still alive against Marines?
Well, there's
Did the Marines fall over? Did they trip? Did their guns run out of bullets? Like,
so Casper,
okay.
No starport, no second factory. This could just be, yeah, as I said, this is going to be an FD with a wall. So Lancer needs to not cut goons. Yesterday we saw Cheetech have like a perfect read versus Koget and then built the Nexus and skip goons. So we cannot afford to cut goons versus this, because if we do, FD's going to deal a lot of damage. You know Casper's got good control.
Yeah.
2 goons are out, mines coming in, tanks coming out. This is exactly as expected. FD 5 Marines. It's not hard FD like Koget did yesterday with 2 tanks. It's just going to be 1 and go, and he's going to expand behind it. There we go. 2-gate for Lancer. He is respecting that there is going to be a push coming.
And yeah, tank popping out right now.
Yep. And then here comes the Vulture in the mine. So now Casper's going to move out, try and get as much damage as done. Oh, free hit right there. That's great.
Yeah, already almost no shields left on one of those Dragoons.
They didn't fire. The range isn't done, so it didn't fire to get the free hit onto the Marine there.
Yeah, and I mean, he's able to stutter step, and thankfully he caught this before it got halfway across the map. So he's going to be able to stutter step and try to whittle these Marines down, but he's already lost all the shields on one of the Dragoons, so this is not a safe place for them to be.
Yeah, but he's doing a good job to whittle down the Marines a little bit, but we're getting dangerously close. But no, we can't lose the Vulture.
Oh no, he's gonna body block with it, or at least try to. Puts the mine down, gets targeted down, but still these are shots that aren't. He's not trying to target the tanks with 4 goons though. Nice save on these weakened Dragoons, pulling them back. See that one with 10 HP and is able to kill off every single Marine.
Perfect defense from Lancer X right there. 2-gate. Now he's going to go into Observer. And I'd really like to see Reaver fall up now that he's denied this so easily. We have Casper following up with Command Center for himself. Second factory, so he's going to keep up the aggression. Probably going to get speed pretty soon. Maybe go for a Vulture run by. But that was great control from Lancer, pulling back. And those were the hurt goons too. So they had no shield. So to pull them back that quickly was really nice.
Yeah, like last second. And that's one of the things you can only do on like really good connections like the one that these guys played on moments ago. So let's see, he's going back at it again. Does target down one Dragoon that he was trying to mine drag in with. But mission accomplished. All the mines are gone, at least from right outside of his base. There's some in the middle of the map. But that frees him up to take this natural expansion safe and sound.
Yep, but Casper also has his Nat up and running. So even though he didn't get any goon kills and he lost a bunch, well, he did get 1 goon kill, lost all his Marines. Not big losses on either side. Worker count is dead even, basically.
Yeah.
Shuttle is coming out. So this is actually going to be a Bulldog. And this is going to be great because now that the Marines are eliminated, Terrans never think about like, hey, I should build more Marines. That doesn't cross your mind.
Oh, of course not. Yeah. Kind of rare that you see a Terran take a 3rd base before a Protoss takes a natural or a 3rd base.
Oh my
right?
gosh! Third command center.
He's a little ahead of schedule. Is that what we're saying now?
Didn't we see somebody else try and take a 3rd base extremely fast?
We did. It did not work out. It worked terribly. He got ran over. I don't remember who it was, but in general, you want to kind of hold your horses there. So, I mean, it's Reavers on the way. So I don't know if you're going to fight back those Reavers with 400 minerals worth of command center. So let's see what happens, because this is a little cheeky.
Yeah, this is a very greedy command center, and he's going to get punished. The Reaver is going to be so hard to stop. Now, if Casper holds it, he's going to have a huge economy. To have your command center up before a Nexus even starts, that's absurd. But he's got to be very careful. He also has an armory, so this is crazy talk. But if he gets it up and running, amazing position for him. Stargate follow-up from Lancer. So this is going to be 2-base Reaver carrier, the nightmare of Terrans across the world.
This is the Exodia build. You've got everything that Terrans can't beat. like, well, first I build the Reavers, and then it's like the progression of the Vince McMahon gift, where he just keeps getting more and more like overwhelmingly excited. First I build the Reaver, and then I build the Carrier, and then what's next? Arbiters, Dark Templar. You just keep checking things off the list. It's like, well, this thing beats Terran, and this other thing beats Terran. So if I just build them all, let's see if you can be able to obliterate Grind Boss with it.
Here comes that shuttle, and it's about to run into a turret. So he's got to be careful not to unload his Zealots and Reavers. Oh, he's even got a turret right there.
Ooh,
he's not.
And there's a mine right below where it could drop out. Oh, no. Wow,
Wow.
Watch it move forward. Watch it move 1 hex forward and blow up to the mine.
I can't believe
so
that.
close. There's no justice in this world. Oh, the Zealot Mine Dragon in. Oh, here it goes. Oh, they tank it. Instead, they're going to both die, which means they won't be able to, like, raise and lower when the siege mode
Can
hits.
you imagine Artosis's face?
Oh,
if that was on stream?
Oh, disgusting.
There would have been a letter written to Blizzard about turret range.
Excuse me.
Within 5 minutes.
To whom it may concern, I, Artosis, have encountered, and then he goes on to display it. Yours truly, best regards. Again, no mines on that Reaver just yet. He's really getting the mileage out of this. He sees a third base and he's like, well, this shouldn't be here. No siege mode though, so he can still keep targeting down those tanks. But a 4th base? Excuse me.
Sir, excuse me. He's lost his mind. He doesn't know what Lancer's doing, really, because in my experience versus Lancer is, I don't think I've ever seen him go carriers. It's always been Gateway or Arbiter Gate. Really, he generally goes hard on gateways. So this is going to catch Casper off guard, I think. Now, how can he possibly afford this command center? Well, I can tell you, because
he can't.
Well, he could, but he skipped Academy, so he actually is still in the dark on what Lancer's doing. At least I think he did.
Is that Nexus off center?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah,
it might be actually.
It looks 1 hex south to me.
It does a little bit, but regardless, what Casper's sacrificing here is he has a huge +1 power spike and max timing, but I don't see a star port for him. So his +2 timing is going to be really delayed. He's probably just going to hit like 150 and go.
How many carriers do we got? It's got to be like
2.
Yeah, it's 2 carriers.
Oh, he ran
over mines. So
he sees it now.
Uh-oh. Yeah, but how many carriers do we need? Usually like 6 is the magic number. But if it's this fast, this early, and there's actually 0 anti-air, well, there's like a turret.
Well, he already has range on his Goliaths. I saw him upgrade.
Yeah, but how many Goliaths?
Yeah, he needs to get Goliaths, but he can pump them out pretty quickly. He's got like 8 factories right now.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God.
Yeah, this is what you get when you get fast 3 base. You have so many factories, but you don't have the tech.
So here we go. But we've got the combined forces of carriers and Reavers. So we're gonna carpet bomb the Dragoons on in, and let's see if this Reaver can get anything done. 1 Reaver shot, and he's gonna ditch it, kind of surprisingly. And I think that's about it for that push. He might pick off a tank, but we've got like single-digit numbers of interceptors here.
Yeah, but he does kill 1 or 2 tanks with these carriers.
Oh, he doesn't have the carrier upgrade.
Yeah, he doesn't have it just yet. It's just started, basically.
Oh, wow.
But he does have 4 carriers now, soon to be 6, and now it's starting to get scary, especially since we don't have the big +2 weapon power spike. And because Casper didn't take a base with a 3rd gas, actually it's very hard to support this many factories of just pure Goliath.
Oh, he's taking a lot of hits on these carriers. Neither one of them have shields, but the Dragoons, kind of surprisingly, are getting a lot of mileage on that base, and if nothing else, taking out a lot of turrets, which means that, taking a rough mine hits there. But taking out these turrets makes it a lot easier for the carriers when they come back. He's going to try to target down the tank. He doesn't have 4 Dragoons, so it's going to mean... I mean, look, they're doing their job. Spreading blue goo everywhere they go.
The carriers are still alive, taking a lot of damage to that 1 Goliath, though, but the Dragoons are doing work. Tanks have done a lot of work now, too. They're going to clean up this army eventually. Casper has his 4th command center sitting and waiting. He's ahead in workers.
Killing off Dragoons, and there's actually 1 Dragoon in the mineral line at the southern base that has like 7-8 kills, and they're all SCVs.
Yeah. Goons have done so much damage. Carriers are not at critical mass yet. It looks like he lost one because we're only at 3.
Yeah.
But he's going to have 5 pretty soon. Still, no +2 weapon for Terran because, again, he skipped the starport in the science facility. This command center is not going to fall. It should get repaired. Casper will be able to take it eventually.
Even these interceptors are kind of expensive.
Yeah.
Because without the carrier upgrade, you can't build up to that critical mass. So he's really never gotten more than, I don't know, 4 or 5 per carrier. And he's still only at 3. So we got to see more of those. By the time those get out, there's more Goliaths, blah, blah, blah.
Well, Lancer's going to back off now. He's going to take his 4th base. Casper's decided that I can't take mid-left, so I'm going to take mid-right. He's building another command center there. He's up supply just a little bit, but he does have a sizable army. He does have +1. These turrets at bottom left will be able to fend off carriers for a long time. Turrets are surprisingly strong versus carriers. You just got to make sure goons don't run by there.
Well, the goons kind of did their job, but now the army is like so much smaller, and it's all goons. There's 0 zealots here.
This is 6 tanks with a bunch of Goliaths. I think Casper might just end it here, but he's got to be careful because Goliath fighting carriers on a ledge. Oh, he doesn't have critical mass Goliath either.
Yeah, and it's not a ledge, so there's no high ground because it's a fake high ground. So I think this is where you got to fight it. Yeah, he's gonna lose another carrier. Boom goes the dynamite. So the interceptor count just very, very low. We're like
he's gonna lose another,
and he is gonna lose another carrier. Each one of these so precious, the lifeblood keeping him alive. Lancer X might be kind of back up against the ropes.
He's gonna eventually clean this up, but Casper killed so many carriers there. He killed 2 or 3. He's still up supply by about 20. He can pump out so many Goliaths. He's about to be on 5 base with 4 gas. That's crazy. And he was able to take it despite Reaver and Goon harassment everywhere. He's just relentless. He's just streaming across the map. He has 8 factories. Remember that. Also, these carriers are extremely low. That's one's about to die. Vulture harassment to the 3rd base. Doesn't find any success there, but I guess a couple mine hits did land.
Well, he's going to come in with more and just kind of brute force his way on in here. There's tanks in siege mode. Oh, little mine draggerino there. But the space is dead.
Right? I don't know. There's 3 carriers coming over to save the day. Blue or Casper is looking to attack the middle at the same time. So he's drawing the attention of Lancer to the right side while going for a counterattack to top middle. He finds more probes there.
Ooh.
He's everywhere. He's doing a good job to also keep building SCVs. One of the things I pay attention to with Terran players is you're harassing, but are you macroing behind it? Casper is macroing. He's keeping his SCV count very high. He's got 4 bases, or 5 bases even.
Wow. Yeah, he's always just a little bit ahead. I never expect Terran to have more bases than the Protoss, but
he killed that Nexus. He's gonna lose all this, but he got the Nexus. He's focusing a carrier.
Wow, the bonus carrier. He's still only on like, what is it, 4 carriers? Yeah, wow.
4 Goliaths, a tank, and a Vulture killed a Nexus when there's 6 carriers out on the map.
How does it happen?
Doesn't happen in my game.
6th command center. Look, at some point we've built too many command centers. I don't know if that point has happened yet, but we'll get there eventually. Man, Lancer is holding on here. This is, not the Artosis Slayer.
He's one thing is that Casper's up over 30 workers now, and the supply is very even.
Yeah.
So actually, it's basically like 130 Protoss versus 100 Terran.
Yeah, all SCVs. So yeah, don't look up the supply count. You got to keep in mind what those are made of. Some stray Goliaths getting picked off here.
He's let off a little bit too many tanks, and now it's pure goon plus carriers versus no more tanks. Luckily, he has a lot of turrets here. And like I said, turrets are surprisingly strong versus carriers. He's going to get another carrier.
Oh, he's going to get another carrier. It's down to 3 carriers. Oh, my God. I mean, like, the carriers are scarier, but not when there's not very many of them. He's going to lose another one here.
Oh, my gosh. You cannot lose these carriers.
Yeah, just send it back home. Look, you can't afford to lose it.
He found the 6th command center. 2 goons. Oh my gosh, Casper just barely gonna hold on. He's down 15 supply now. Goons are ransacking mid-right now. But I think he's actually going to hold on with these +1 Goliaths. The carriers are going to come down and wipe out this 4th base. Actually, Lancer may have just snowballed a little too hard. His carriers also, I think, have +2 weapons, so they're hitting like a truck. Well, they actually only have +1.
I mean, so they only have +1. Even if he kills this base, I mean, Terran's still on 3 fully saturated bases with a million SCVs. So
yeah, but his gas is permanently low. It's 1,500 minerals, no gas. He's not mining gas at his net.
oh my
There's
god,
only
he
one
never
gas
put,
there.
there's like 5 idle SCVs.
No, that's why Casper's so starved.
He never put SCVs in gas. Ah,
This
okay.
6th base is dead, 4th base is dead, 5th base is still alive, but not being mined, and then the nat gas isn't being mined. So we're very low on gas. He's got 8 gate Protoss. He's got his 4th base up. That command center's gone.
Is this, I don't know, BSL2 Electric Boogaloo? Like, what are we doing here in the middle of the map? I can't just, every time I see the carriers try to fight straight up, he's going to lose another carrier. And then the carriers don't fight straight up and they kill like 3 command centers. Like, wait a second. One of these things is working better than the others. But finally, the Zealots, there are Zealots mixed in with the Dragoons to fight the ground army. I think this just runs it over, right?
Too much Protoss.
Yeah.
He's going to wipe this army, and he's consistently lost tanks every single fight. And they're so expensive, especially when we're mining so little gas. He's got a ton of minerals, but vultures don't beat goons and carriers.
I mean, Grindball's still with a supply lead, but a lot of that is in workers, keep in mind. And if he actually picks off another carrier, you can go down to 1 carrier. He's on 10 HP, or that's 100-ish HP. Either way.
He's still got 3 carriers, and we know he's pumping out more.
Yeah.
He's got 3 gas now. He's got 4 bases. Vulture's going to try and run by.
He's actually not pumping out more carriers. So maybe we've had enough.
Yeah, I guess he did stop for now. He's probably going to start sometime in the near future, but Casper doesn't know that. I don't know if he's built a comsat the whole game. I think he does have comsat now. But if he continues to make Goliaths, that's not going to help him versus these versus the ground army at all. Goliaths suck versus ground. You never want to make them if you don't have to. Also, they cut into your tank count.
Yeah, or just supply. You got to build more depots because they're clogged with Goliaths, and they're great a bit against carriers, but I don't even know if carriers are the most or the biggest thing you have to worry about right now. So
Here goes another command center.
Denying another command center. That's what carriers do best. To Casper's credit, he has retaken all of his old bases down on the south. So he's rebuilt the gas and he's put SCVs in gas. That's why he has a ton of gas.
This is hilarious. 20-minute no speed zealot and it's not being upgraded.
We forgot it existed. It's like who is it that? Oh, it was an Eriador that forgot crack on his Zerglings for like a billion years. I'm trying to remember how those games went, but yeah, it's that upgrade you just assume that you have by a certain point.
I think this is just too much. It's just too much of a snowball. The tanks are getting picked off left and right.
But it's a 20 supply advantage.
Yeah, but he consistently picks off the tanks, and those are so expensive. Oh, but he's gonna get the carriers now.
Wait,
oh my gosh.
Is he gonna lose every carrier here? Scans to make sure he can hit high ground, and they just barely escape. No justice here. Okay, he's gonna give them to him for free. I think he's just toying with the Goliaths. Huh? You gonna get me? You gonna get me?
There's Goliath on the other side of the wall trying to get that carrier. What Lancer needs to do is he needs to just get a wow, the supplies have plummeted for both players. Lancer now below 100 supply. He needs to get more econ. He's got his 5th base coming up. Actually, Casper still has 4 bases. He has a 5th base going up at mid-right, it looks like. So once he gets that up and running, he'll be on even bases again. Speed is finally started to come in. We got +1 weapon for Lancer 2, still +1 on Terran. He's actually got 1-1. So that's a pretty impactful upgrade, the armor upgrade versus the carriers.
It's going to be 23 minutes by the time this legs upgraded finishes. Fantastic.
It looks like actually Lancer is kind of fizzling out. He has no ground army, really. He still has only 3 carriers. And Casper's continuing to macro extremely well. He's like 130 supply to 100.
I mean, the game is like both players are still expanding and like building new bases and workers, and I mean, are we allowed to just like chill for a second? I mean, this is only game 1 of the best of 3, and there's another best of 3 after that. So whoever wins this has to play another player. So, whew. What a slugfest. I think that's what we're calling that these days.
Oh gosh, and the observers are missing the mine. Zealots are just running directly into him. He's going to deny this base again, but there's a 30 supply lead for Casper now, and I think he just has too much. Looked like Lancer might push through, but now it really looks like Casper just has too much, and there's a turret ring all over that base. You're going to trade goons for the command center.
Oh, wow, he snipes the command center. So, moral victory there. There's only 3.
No!
Oh, no, my God, no! Not like this. My eyes. Okay, 1 carrier lives at 3 HP.
1 health. Is it 3? Yeah, 3
Yeah.
HP, and now this is going to be the A move from Casper. He killed so many goons trying to kill that command center. Lost all of his carriers, too.
Well... yeah, if there's too much Terran before, there's definitely too much Terran now.
There's just too much. There's no way that Lancer holds this. He doesn't have arbiters or anything to deal AoE. There's no storm. He's started to build carriers again, but it's too little too late. He does have a lot of bases, but Casper, he's just got so much. He's almost maxed.
Yeah, Casper has got the unstoppable death ball here. Carriers are not even going to touch this army. Mass Dragoon not gonna touch this army. Wow. Well, it's all Casper all the time, pushing up here. I mean, it doesn't matter if he takes out this outer base or pushes into the natural. I don't think there's anything that Lancer X can do to stop him.
Now, there's just too much. There's going to be 3 carriers, but there's already about 12 or more Goliaths for Casper. So it's just a matter of time before he pushes through. He's got so much. He's pushing the Nat and this 4th base at the same time. He even looks like he has a huge blob in the center intercepting this red army. There's too much.
What sentence did you just say?
There's too much.
You said he's got a huge force in the center intercepting what?
Intercepting the red blob.
That's not what you said.
What did I say?
Never mind. I'm just going to pretend that you knew that it's 2 Russians playing each other. GG, Lancer X taps out. And that's going to do it for game number 1 of this series. Wow. Casper, revenge of the latency. He comes back, plays a straight up game, and that was a slugfest. So crazy, so back and forth. Carriers lost. How many carriers we built that game? 15? It was a lot.
No, it was only like 10 or 8 actually.
Really?
He stopped after quite.
Oh, you're right.
Like
He
5
did
or
stop
6.
building them, but it was lots. Okay, so anyway, very, very impressive to see both players playing at a very, very high level. But it's not over yet. We've still got a best of 3, and I mean, Lancer, I felt like he was actually in a good position for a while.
Yeah, Lancer looked like he's in a good position once he pushed. Well, once Casper built 5 command centers, 6 command centers, that was a bit much. But that was pretty much what I was expecting from Casper. Just the whole game, both players were just attacking nonstop because that's what Casper does to you. He loves to just fight. How did he stop Reaver going 3 base with an armory, with an FD opener? Is that possible? Oh, and he had luck on his side with the turret.
Oh, yeah. Well, look. Both of our players are highly skilled video game professionals. Okay. That means we have a lot more left in store. So how many more 30-minute games can we fit in this? Why can't I hold all of these 30-minute games? There's too many. Anyway, it's game number 2 on La Mancha, which means the Stain, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's how it translates. But let's get into it. It's game number 2. So here we are in the bottom right-hand corner in the red, playing Protoss from Russia. It's Lancer X.
And in the bottom left, we've got the Terran 1 game away from making it to the decider match versus Bobo. It's Casper. So Casper, wall off FD, talking about how he was definitely going to be aggressive. You knew that going in versus Casper, but Lancer held it pretty well. But the multitask from Casper was really good to take so many bases while doing it, while also building SCVs. We have to see what he wants to do this game. La Mancha has a big main, so we could see drops. But really, when I play versus Casper, you see something like we just saw, just always in your face, whether it's vultures or tanks, something like that. May even see the Artosis 2-fact. I know Casper does play that build.
Yeah, the 2-fact, a classic. Anytime you see like a little bit too much movement and the Artosis upper lip, you know it's coming. We're gonna go get that Protoss flare. Let's see if that's the level we're at. I actually was very happy to see Casper play. I wouldn't say a standard macro game, but it was a very macro game. Like, how many command centers can I build as fast as possible? So maybe Lancer X is going to play a little bit more aggressively to stop that from happening. But I don't think you can expect that every game, right?
Lancer had a good counter to what Casper did. The 2-gate observer, or 2-gate expo into observer, completely shut down the FD. Remember, he also lost all those shields on his goon, so it was really good.
Yeah.
Now we have a more normal building placement from Casper, so we can't really determine anything from this just yet. Of course, you knew he was going to scout.
Oh, first. Of course. Where else would you scout? Why would you scout a base that the player isn't at when you can just scout the one that he is at?
He's just going to scout him first, per usual. Now the probe gets in here quickly. Will he want to go for something like a Manor Pylon? We've got Cybernetics coming in. There's no Zealot just yet. There's not going to be any pressure, at least not just yet. The probe took a decent amount of damage there.
Yeah, delayed some mining, but what are we building back here? I'm guessing it's just going to be Robo opening, but I want to see if he goes back for that Reaver, because usually you see players either try to expo, do Gateway Man into Arbiters, but I liked the carrier play last game. He just lost a few too many of them.
Yeah, and it wasn't like he did anything abusive, like going carriers off of 1 goon or 3 goons, something crazy like that, which Artosis plays on the ladder all the time. He was cautious with it. He didn't just blindly go carriers, hope he didn't get scanned.
Right.
So I liked the move. Now, Casper again, we've got multiple SCVs on gas. Looks like we're approaching 100 much faster than last game. So this does look like 2-fact potential. There goes that SCV.
There it is.
There it is. So the question now is it Jojo style, or is it the very old school, just 1 tank and rallied vultures? How many Marines does he build? Is it going to be 2, 3, 5? We have to wait and see.
We got a lot of old school players in chat. We also got some new people. So why don't you break down the Jojo style real fast?
So Jojo style, if you're new to the game and you're looking for just a standard or just a solid build, this is the one for you. You go 2-fact, double add-on, 3 tanks, like 5 Marines, and then rallied vultures with speed in mind. That's the Jojo style. He killed so many people back in the day with it.
They couldn't stop it.
It's super strong. It looks like that's what we're going to be seeing. We've got, I think he canceled his Marine. So maybe it's not. There's the first tank. We'll have to wait. Is it add-on?
Yeah.
So this is exactly that. It's going to be Jojo.
He's not building more Marines, but yeah, he is. Okay, all right. Called it.
Yeah, I can't remember exactly how many Marines it is, but it's basically as many as you can possibly get. So it's going to be 2 more tanks once this add-on completes. Everything's lining up very nicely. Now, Lancer comes in and sees there's no command center. Command center is extremely late if there's no command center right now. Gets denied, seeing it. Now, he also has to be skeptical of what Lancer's doing, because 420, no Nexus, there should be one by now. Almost no one goes 4 goon expand. It's usually the latest 3-gate goon, and that would be a 420 Nexus. So back at that pylon that we saw in the main of Lancer, what is it? It's a Robo. It's got to be, right?
Right. Hey, there it is.
So this shuts down Jojo, but nobody does this.
Nobody until this guy. And actually, he's not. Okay, he's waiting for the next round of tanks, and as soon as those hit, well, actually, so we need 1 more tank, right?
So this is actually a modified version, not exactly Jojo style. It's 2 tanks, rallied vulture still. He's got mines. There's no speed either, but shuttle's about done. What Lancer needs is he should just build a pylon. Whether he builds a shield battery probably doesn't matter. There's the pylon to soak up some hits.
Yeah.
Once Reaver gets out, shuts it down so easily.
Yeah.
He's got some mines. The thing that is worrying for Casper is he knows there's also no Nexus. So he's kind of worried to go attack because he thinks it could be DT. He knows it's some type of one base, so that's why he's actually not going just yet.
I mean, he's got to save some mines because obviously if this is DT, you need some way to deal with that. So you kind of just got to hope. Where's that third tank?
Yeah, this is not Joyo. This is mines. It may have been in reaction to seeing no Nexus because the double add-on, he's not getting speed either. So really there was no reason to get double add-on if you're not going to get speed either.
Right.
So I think this was just a reaction from what Casper saw. Here he comes though. Still no Reaver.
I think the first Reaver is out, right?
Here it comes.
It's in the shuttle. He's trying to stall this a little bit.
The goons though.
Yeah. Oh no! He's taking extra hits, dropping the zealots off at the pool.
The micro.
Nice. Scarab pops the Marines in the front. Now these tanks gotta head back to the back, but no, there's a dangerous mine there.
Now he canceled. I think he canceled the Nexus, but ooh, he backs off. This is good control from both sides. Casper dealing maximum damage. The probe ran through the middle of the map. I'm not sure Casper realizes this. So this could come back and bite him if he goes for like a hidden base at top left.
Oh, he popped the mine with the Reaver and then picked it back up again after it exploded. So really good control there. Another mine taken out. I thought he did that, but actually maybe he didn't. The mines are still there. So let's see if he wants to try to drop on the tanks and drag a mine in there. Probably not, but yeah, he actually only has one zealot. But one.
Oh no!
Oh, he drops the Reaver. He's taking hits. He loses the Reaver. No!
And he doesn't have another one building.
He doesn't.
That's critical. And we do have tanks coming out for Casper. He knows he killed the Reaver. He may just go for it again now. He's got siege. He's got turrets coming up too, in case there is a second Reaver coming. So this is perfectly done from Casper. He's got more workers than the Protoss has right now. His command center is also done. So everything's great for Casper. The one thing that I am worried is that probe got across the map. It's still in the middle, but now I see it moving. It looks like, where's it going to go? Mid-right, probably. So no real hidden Nexus, I don't think. Yeah, it's probably just going to go mid-right. It might go top right.
I was going to say, if he went to like the 12 o'clock base, then that's the mystery Nexus. Or I guess, you know, top left would be the super strange one. Yeah, he should be going for that now.
But Casper didn't lose any of his tanks, right? So his tank count is still high. 4 tanks versus 6.
I'm surprised he's trying to push in here.
No, he's not. He's just clearing them.
Oh, okay.
Double turret. I like this. He knows that the shuttle is still alive. He does not want to die to a bulldog. Here comes that shuttle again. Casper's army is very strong. Uh-oh, Reaver unloads. That's going to be one tank goodbye.
Okay, nice pick off. I mean, there's still no anti-air or like mobile anti-air. You can't fly into the turret. Turrets and mines and tigers and bears, oh my. But he found a safe way into the middle. This is such a weird song and dance because there's still no anti-air, mobile anti-air. So he's where do I drop?
He's playing with fire here because a tank can just sit on the ledge and kill that Reaver.
Yeah, he's got no vision.
And Casper has a lot of tanks. If he was to go now, somehow not take crippling damage to a Reaver shot, he would probably just win the game because Lancer is in the middle of powering. He put down a Nexus, but it hasn't kicked in yet. 2 more factories for Casper. Is that 4? I thought he had 5 and 6 coming up, but not just yet. But Casper's going to put on the... There we go. There's the 5th one. Looks like there's going to be a 6th one pretty soon. He's going to put the pressure back onto him. He's got a good SCV count, 45. He can support all 6 of them. Oh no, he's found the Nexus. And these pylons that Lancer's building, he's going to have way too much supply. Oh, he's going to find... No, he's not going to find any probe kills. Oh, there he goes.
Oh, yeah, there they are. He got them. Oh, he's going to kill them off actually with probes, but still one more. No. Yeah, but any bonus probe kills are money right now.
But look at the supply for Lancer. 72 out of 139. That's like 5 goons he could have built instead of pylons.
And he's still down 10 workers.
And Casper's going for a timing.
Well, yeah, this is going to be rough to deal with.
Terran players, when you see Protoss players doing this, there are real windows of opportunity to go punish them when they build like 6 pylons or 3 pylons on a Nexus. They just don't have units. That's what's happening to Lancer here. He has no units. Supply lead for Casper right now.
Wow. So not only is he ahead in workers, he's ahead in army, and Where's this going? I mean, you've got some barrier mines. That Reaver is a little AFK, and this push is coming. Here we go. Okay, I thought we were going, but instead he's just gonna try to break out here. Siege behind this.
Ooh, he's
Pot
gonna
shots
cut the
taken
gun.
off.
Goodbye, Reaver. He can't lose that Reaver.
Oh no, it takes one hit, but gets picked back up again. It's still got very low shields, very low health, so can't actually stand and fight this. He's gonna have to pull all the way back, and he can't even run into the main or fly into the main because of the turret rank.
He just now is going to complete his Citadel. He doesn't have, he has another Reaver building. He has 6 gate, but there's no zealots to actually help get on top of the tanks. The Reaver is trying to come from the back, but it's too late. The push from Casper is so strong. He's got like 6 tanks here. He needs a huge Reaver shot to save the day, but it's just too much. There's only 5 goons.
What?
He didn't even kill a tank with that.
Wait, what? Where's the rest of his army?
He doesn't have it. He spent all the money taking that.
Oh, he's
third
got one more
Nexus.
Reaver. It's popping out.
Oh no!
Oh no!
It's out in the middle of nowhere.
The Vulture's killing Reavers. That's not what you want to see. More just single Scarab shots. He needs to hit that tank. Mine drag,
Oh,
maybe?
why?
Oh no! Catastrophe here for Lancer X. Casper, this is match point for him. If he takes this out, he advances on to rematch against Pablo. So
There's just too much. It's too much of a contain. Now we have mines into the main. Luckily, these Dragoons pop out just in time. Probes I saw got pulled off in the main, so he's really not even mining efficiently there anymore. Okay, they do come back, but still no speed for for Lancer X just yet. He does have 2 Reavers, but he needs to use them. This Nexus is down. He can't even transfer those probes back to the main. They're gonna get shot.
And once this Nexus falls, the top Nexus falls, you're on one base, and it's kind of GG from there. So we're trying to save as many Reavers as we can. We've got some idle probes, but it might be time to pull the boys. Both those Reavers on red HP, basically useless or unusable, and oh, this is the middle of the end.
Yeah, there's just too much Casper at this point. 3 Reavers, but can't use all 3 of them. There's no second shuttle. Also, there's those 3 goons on the left side of the map, I think, just sitting there. He needs every unit he can possibly get. Vultures try and run by, but actually turn around. Oh, Tank's just gonna finish the job on them.
Yeah, oh god, this is so heartbreaking. More mines taking out Dragoons elsewhere. These 2 Reavers, the last bastion of defense across the bridges. The siege tank sieging, and the Reaver's getting picked up. Well, there's one mine taking out one Reaver. He's trying to drop the Reaver, detonate the mine, and pick the Reaver up before it takes damage. But we're a little bit past the usefulness of fanciness like that.
Yeah, 40 supply lead now for Casper. He's just styling at this point. Speed did kick in, but there's still only 5 goons, 1 zealot. This is gonna be Lancer's last stand.
Yeah, the loser of this game is eliminated from the BSL Season 9. So obviously you don't want to leave the game if there's any possibility that you can win. But I think we've exhausted that possibility.
Here we go. Lancer, he's trying desperately to get down, but look at the goons just get bottlenecked on the ramp.
Yeah.
That's gotta be it.
Yeah, there's no hope from here. Lancer X outs the game, and that is going to be a 2-0 victory for Casper, with some really solid terrain play to be able to take out Lancer X and advance on to our final best of 3 Group D.
Yeah, really good aggression from Casper, really good multitask, and now he gets his rematch versus Bobo. So we'll see what he has planned this time, because Bobo reacted perfectly to what Casper did, and Casper was really greedy. I'm worried for him because based on the game versus Lancer X, 6 command centers versus like 3 Nexus. And in versus Bobo, he had the on base, on location command center versus Speedling. So I'm a bit worried that he's gonna be over greedy again. And Bobo's somebody that does have killer instinct like Eon Cirque. He will not just let you expand for free. So
well, there's only so many ways that we can decide who advances on to the next game. I love what you said about Pablo because he does have that kind of killer instinct. The only problem is sometimes his killer instinct is a little bit, we're not sure who it kills. He'll go for these builds like mass speedling builds, and you're like, well, it's got to do damage, and then you realize with sinking horror that it's going to deal less and less and less damage, and he just still goes for it. It doesn't work, and then well, the game's kind of over from here. So I don't really know what to expect, although I will say that there was a claim made moments ago by one Casper that if he hadn't done that one build, there would have been no way for Babo to beat him. And so what a perfect opportunity for us to test that theory, Nyokin, by doing any build other than floating a barracks into your opponent's base to try to win. So we're gonna cross our fingers, hope that build doesn't come out. And in theory, that gives Casper a slightly better win chance.
Yeah, so we'll see if Casper can make those words true. He gets his revenge here versus Babo potentially. We didn't get to see Kami Zerg versus Models the other day, but I'll take this. Yeah, based on the chat alone a few minutes ago.
Yeah, this is a nice replacement. There we go. Wow. Okay. It's time for our final best of 3 of the night and our final best of 3 of Group D to find out which player will be the second player along with DeWalt to advance out of the Russian group of death to the round of 16. The map is Neosylphid, so without further ado, let's go ahead and get into game number 1 between Casper and Babo. All right, here we go in the 12 o'clock location in the red, playing Zerg from Latin America and I believe Chile. This is Babo.
And in the bottom right, he's looking for some redemption. In the pink, it is Casper. And so Casper, I like the build. You know he's going to be aggro. That's what he does. I hope he walls this time because that's really what killed him. If he had walled, floated the command center, he would be in an amazing position. But a little too greedy. You have to see what he wants to go for. Looks like we may have... Nope. Thought we might have had a 10-10-10, but that is still 8 supply out of 10. Now, Casper, I don't think I've seen him play mech versus Zerg. We did see the Vulture come out and potentially go into mech, but it died before that happened.
Yeah.
But usually he's like a 2 racks player. There's the wall, so already we're off to a good start.
Yeah. We're heading in that direction. I guess... So you don't have to go mech after you do the Vulture opening, but I don't, it used to be that you would open bio and then do this massive transition where you lift your racks, put down 1 million factories, and that was a hard mech transition, but it's kind of hard because there's just a while where you can't build anything. But what I'm a little bit less familiar with how you like start going Vultures and then like pivot into bio. Is that...
Oh, 1-1-1. Yeah, okay. We don't see that anymore. Well, we didn't until recently. People are starting to do it more often because the Goliath build is so kind of mapped out for Zerg. They just know how to build more Hydras, more Queens, but it's still popular. We see a lot of pros still use it. We still see a lot of foreigners use it. So Casper may be going for a Goliath build, but this could be 1-1-1, or it could just be something Terror-esque where he opens Vultures, then goes for like a 2 or 3 racks Marine Medic on one base. That's still a possibility.
Yeah.
Oh, is that a second? No, that's a second depot. We do have gas in the main for Casper, so this is going to be a Vulture, or this is going to be a factory follow-up.
Can you actually attack that SCV? I think it's actually untargetable when it's all the way down there. One of my favorite things about Brood War, if I can wax eloquent for a second, is like the concept of like this wall in. So the depot is kind of like a gate that lets only the SCV through, as long as it like micros to the other side when it builds, and then it can like leave. I don't know who created that concept, but that can't have been intended. Really, really cool to see. Things not being used for what they were intended to. Kind of love this. Anyway, so the SCV on the other side of the map is going to scout everything. Sees no like third hatchery, which is kind of a big tell that we're seeing 2 hatch play, which is obviously much different. Sees the lair. I think we're all thinking mutas, but there's always that lurker build, or I guess Hydras, or maybe one question mark. But after watching Queen play against Flash, it could be anything.
This is almost always mutas from Babo. That's just how he plays.
It could be anything.
So we've got add-on for most likely speed. We saw Casper try and micro his heart out versus Babo in the first game. So I don't think this is going to be mine. It's most likely just going to be speed for him. We're going to have Spire from Babo. That's what he likes to do. Again, Command Center is very exposed. Is one of the problems with 111. Now, I don't see an armory. Okay, there is the armory for Casper. So he is going to go for Goliath play. So this is the Goliath build we were talking about. Usually you don't go for speed with it though. So he's probably going to go for 3 vultures and try and run by, and then try and get as many drones as possible.
So let's see. First vulture is out. Second on the way, spinning up that is speed, right? Yeah, it's speed. So,
or maybe not. The armory's already almost done.
So we're going
Goliath. But he has
speed.
So I'm not too sure exactly what he really wants to do with these factories.
We just hate siege tanks.
We're
done with them. Friendship with siege tanks ended. Now vultures and Goliaths are our only friends. This is a weird way to play it. Obviously, you don't want to go like super hard mech, but this is certainly interesting. Okay, there's the hatchery at the entrance.
Yeah, hatchery at the entrance. This is standard follow-up when you see vulture play nowadays. You want to really get your econ running in case it is mech play. Again, he doesn't know if this is going to be bio or what this is. Here come the lings. Speed has not kicked in yet. Okay, now it has. There's 2 vultures, so actually it's perfect timing.
Oh my god. I remember, you remember Effort hiding lings and then surrounding or trapping vultures against the wall? He's actually almost about to pick off one of those vultures, but this is really good control. He's got nothing but wide open spaces and amber waves of grain and whatever to micro against these Zerglings. And now we're in, but there's a nice Sim City at the front. Sunken takes out one of the vultures. Still a couple of drone kills is pretty big.
Yeah, 2 drone kills, and he manages to save a vulture, so he can just leave it AFK in front of the base. And Casper, he's going straight into 3-fact. Normally you only go 2-fact with this as a follow-up. He is getting +1 weapon, so usually that means that you're going to camp with it. But knowing that it's Casper, he's probably going to attack with it, especially since he has 3 factories. And he's just going to have so many Goliaths here. He's going to have to cut workers to make this all work, though, because it's hard to support 3 factories and go turrets at the same time. There's the Hydra Den for Babo. So his way to get back into this game now is to only build a few Mutalisks, wait for Casper to move out, and then overrun him with Hydras, maybe from a flank or hidden somewhere. Because you know Casper is going to move out. He wants to get out and attack.
Yeah. For Casper, if you're not out of your base by 7 minutes, there's just something messed up. Now, there's not that many Goliaths here, so if he can actually get a critical mass, the turret completes. Actually, oh man, it's getting mass repaired, so never mind. We're not making any progress there. 7 mutas have been pushed out of the natural, but he did snipe a Goliath, right?
He did snipe a Goliath, and Babo is doing what Babo usually does, is he's hyper aggressive, just like Casper is. He's building lings with his Muta army. He wants to kill as many Goliaths as possible. Then he can overrun with Hydralisk. Here come those lings. There's really not that many Goliaths.
Yeah, man, this is just such a brutal attack. Even though he lost all those Zerglings earlier, here we go. Is he actually going to attack in the natural? I don't know about that. He's trying to target down Goliath, kills one of them. He's going in there. Look at the SCV pull. It's monstrous, but he's taken down all but one of the turrets. He's attacking the Goliaths up in the front. They can't attack both ground and air at the same time. Zerglings are thinning out, but the Goliath count is 2. Mutas have to pull back, and there's a few scattered lings every which way, but actually he's killing off SCVs with lings in the mineral line.
Yeah, but still a 13 worker difference for Casper. Really good defense so far from Casper. We do have the drone cycle now from Babo, but he really needed to get more damage done than that to get back into this game. Casper does have +1 weapon, so he's going to be going for an attack pretty soon. We see Burrow coming in now for Babo. I think he's going to try and catch Casper in the center of the map, maybe with just lings. It could also be Hydras hidden somewhere, or it could just be for some vision to figure out what's the best angle for him to come at.
Well, he's got to figure out that angle. It's going to be a good one. Acute, obtuse, whatever it takes. He's got to figure it out. Scouting the 3rd base, obviously big for Casper to find out where he wants to go next. And I think while the Goliath count might have been a little bit underwhelming earlier, we're not going to make that same mistake twice. We still hate tanks, though.
No, he's starting to build tanks
Oh,
now.
Yeah? Okay.
But Bobo has his first few Hydras coming out. We've got about 10 Goliaths right now. He's waiting for +1 armor. Once +1 armor kicks in, that's a huge spike versus the Hydras, because whether you have +1 with Goliaths, doesn't matter how many, the amount of shots is the same. So not a big upgrade to have +1 weapon. So he really needs to make sure he doesn't lose this army, because he's going to be much more powerful at 1-1.
Yeah, whereas on the other side, we've got +1 and range about done for Hydras. So they are going to be very, very powerful. And obviously, Hydras do very well against Goliaths, but not so well against siege tanks.
Here comes the first tank. His +1 armor is about halfway done, so he needs to just macro for about a minute longer, and it's go time. And I think he should be able to catch Bobo. Lurker upgrade coming in, so he's spending a lot of resources on tech that theoretically shouldn't kick in by the time Casper attacks. Usually when you go for this build, you're attacking around 10:15, 10:30 as Terran, and that looks like what Casper's about to hit.
He's got to go now-ish. He's waiting for that extra +1 armor to finish, though.
Yeah, second tank coming out. Really, once you get 3 tanks, you're good to go. Minimum 3, because otherwise Hydras can easily overrun you, especially if Mutas can pick off any of those 2 tanks. So here we go. He's about to have +1 armor. This is perfect timing. Right before Bobo's going to have a big power spike. His +1 weapon isn't done either. So this is great.
Trying to run in. Muta's well positioned to try to stop these vultures from getting in. They're still going to get 1, 2, 3. Just a couple of drone kills. Still pretty worthwhile. Drone count is really struggling. We're down to 30 or 28 actually, as we lose another one. So it's a struggle, but the push is here. So let's see if he can stop it. Muta's just AFKing. He needs to combo that. Oh my god, he loses all but 2 Mutas.
Oh, Bobo's in trouble. There's just way too much Casper right now. He doesn't even need the siege. There's not enough Hydras. +1 armor did kick in. There's still no +1 weapon for Zerg. But the longer Terran waits, the more dangerous Zerg is going to get, especially now that he has Lurkers coming in. He needs to go for the kill. Lurkers are so close to being finished.
Anticipating.
He has no academy, so he can't scan this.
Oh, Lurkers aren't done yet. He's sacking Overlords just to buy time.
Oh,
Lurkers are starting to finish.
Oh, but they run into a mine.
Oh, they're in tank range and
He's
mine
stuck.
range. And he can't get past the morphing Lurkers. Oh my god, he lost all of his Hydras.
And now he's going to lose these Lurkers too. They're just going to get blown up by these siege tanks.
And
He can just hold position and kill the hatchery. That's all he needs. Oh no, he moves into the tanks. They get blown up.
Yep, that's it. All the Lurkers go down. And I think that's it. Yeah, GG. Bobo taps out, and Casper almost about to complete the revenge.
He's so close, 1 game away, and that looked really good. Getting the 2 drone kills in the beginning is huge versus Zerg. He just has so many units. Like, how does he support 3 fact versus 2 hatch?
Yeah.
How does that happen?
He also almost lost all of his Goliaths early on. He had like a turret finish just in time to push the Mutas back, and the Lings ran in. He also barely held those off. So, I mean, keep in mind, this is Russia to Chile. So we're really throwing the data bytes all the way across the world. I'm gonna pretend I didn't say that. But anyway, we have one final game that Casper has to win to advance, and also 1 game that Bobo needs to win in order to stay alive in this tournament.
Yeah,
I don't know what's gonna happen.
This is the first time I've seen Casper play mech, and it looked pretty good. He hit his timing nicely. I don't know about +1 weapon first, but it worked out well for him. And that kind of should throw Bobo off because, like I said, Casper, from my experience, always Marine medic. So I'm ready to see this new map Escalade. This is the first time we've seen it all day long.
Oh, you're right. Okay, well, look, the strategy that Zero's employing is we make our casters cast for 6 hours in a row, and then we pull out a brand new map they haven't seen. So Look, we're doing our best, guys. So let's get into game number 2 of our final best of 3 of the night. It's Casper up 1-0 against Bobo. The winner advances on to the round of 16. Okay, here we go. In the upper left-hand corner, in the teal, playing Terran from Russia, it's Casper.
And in the bottom left, in the beige, it is Bobo. So Bobo, he's known to always go mutas. I don't think I've ever seen him go lurkers, and that's kind of hurting him here because Goliath builds really strong versus muta openings and players that like to stay on mutas, generally like Bobo likes to do, but that time he didn't. He went Hydras, so that's nice because that's a very good counter to what Casper just showed us. So this is another map you can wall on, Escalade. You can even wall the natural if you want. So I would really like for Casper to wall, go for mech again, but he doesn't have to. It's like we don't have an 8 racks this time, no 6 racks either. By the way, it wasn't a 6 racks. It was so fast, I thought it was gonna be a 6 racks, but because match point was so big, it was an 8 racks actually.
Okay, close enough.
Yes.
We meant it to be a 6 racks, but there were extenuating circumstances. None of those this time around. And honestly, like, Casper's figured something out between then and now. Whether it's the mech style, maybe he'll go for that again. Although honestly, I'd love to see more bio from him. I thought his control was okay. Maybe it doesn't work well under high latency, so mech is the solution.
Yeah, mech is really good when it is laggy. You build those Goliaths, you go for the timing. It's super strong. And it's very hard for Zergs to make any muta harassment work. And that's what Bobo is really known for. He's got impeccable muta control. And he's a 2v2 player, so you know he's practiced it a lot.
Yeah,
that's one of those most scrappy versions of Zerg you need to learn. So we do have 12 hatch. We've got standard follow-up, 11 pool. Everything looks normal. No gas this time.
Yeah.
Now, based on what we've seen recently in ASL, this could still be mech because Flash went for the delayed mech every single game versus 0, but this most likely is bio.
Yeah, most likely. I think the biggest thing is that scouting first with the Overlord is going to give you like very, very fast
This is so risky from Casper. He didn't even scout Bobo and just instantly low ground CC. And Bobo is a player that goes pool first and goes for speed.
Yeah, for sure.
So maybe he has a read. Maybe he thinks that Bobo's not willing to risk a 9 pool in the final match. So he gets away with basically the best opener you can possibly have from Terran's point of view. Uh-oh. Delayed mech.
There it
possibly.
That's
what it looks like.
Oh, what's the word we were supposed to call this? Is this Casper it's his confidence.
It's his confidence.
Yeah. I heard I tell this story all the time because it's so ludicrous. There was this old esport back in the day, and they told their casters they weren't allowed to say that the players were making stupid decisions. They had to say that the players were being brave. So Casper's being a little bit brave right now on his low ground command center, but it's not going to be punished, so congratulations.
Well, he could have a read versus Bobo. This is a really strong... Oh, is that an eBay? eBay. So actually, it's just going to be the fastest +1 I've ever seen. Usually you get gas at 22 workers, but he got it at 17.
Oof.
So this might be like
Are we stimming across the map?
This might actually be some kind of weird academy even. So he's got the fastest +1. He's got a really fast academy for going +1. So he's going to have range and stim at an abnormal time. So this is actually going to be a really strong anti-muta build. It's not going to be him stimming across the map, but when mutas come in, he's not going to be expecting them to have +1 weapon, and they might actually have it in time.
Yeah, and if you misjudge that for like a second, everything dies. So I'm being a little bit dramatic with my statement, but it's still going to be very, very ahead of schedule. Well, maybe just one very ahead of schedule. And let's see how impactful that is. We don't get a chance to see exactly this all too often. And it's clear that Casper's got something in mind here. So I want to see everything. I want to see the planets align for this Casper build. We finished our academy. Stim started instantly.
So what happens when you do this build though is you have very few units. You see his second Rax is extremely slow. His third Rax is going to be extremely slow, but he's going to have range and stim much quicker. So Bobo's got a small window of opportunity to actually start snowballing the game quickly. But after that, Casper's going to have a huge power spike. He has like 6 Marines right now. Meanwhile, the Spire is basically done. So that's how hard Casper's powering right now. So really, he's going to have to rely on turrets to defend for quite a bit. But we do have Bobo taking a third base at the natural at bottom right. This is a sneaky base. We're seeing it more and more often because Terrans have a hard time determining whether Zerg is all in or not. They'll scan the corners, see nothing, and think, oh, wow, I just have to not die. No. Then they show up with Ultras or Defilers, and you're like, where did you get all this money? No, it's because you had a hidden base. So there's plus armor coming in for Zerg. Used to mean Guardians in the past, doesn't necessarily mean it now. But look at Casper skyrocketing in barracks now. He's got 5 racks up soon. Still lacking in units a bit. Only 5 Marines. That's so little, right?
Oh, and there's this timing that he's going to hit when +1 in range finish.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
look at +1. He's about to have it when mutas are at his base. That's an insane timing.
It's all part of the plan. Okay.
This is a super strong build if you don't get punished, which he didn't.
Yeah. So now we're gonna have +1 stim in range in seconds, and the mutas are trying to make this happen. We're like, I don't know, 15 seconds away from all of this hitting at the same time, and these mutas are going to melt. They try to fight +1 Marines.
Yeah, and he also is going to have range. That's the craziest part. +1 weapon and range and stim versus a guy that's going 2-hatch muta. Is that possible?
Every Terran's dream.
And it actually is the dream because now he also has 5 racks. Crazy.
And he's got turrets up at home. So what more do you need?
Look how
he
fast
just
that muta
pops
died.
that muta instantly, and all of a sudden 6 mutas are hidden back home without their fallen comrade.
And he instantly starts +1 armor. This armor is also so fast. This is going to be 940 armor. This is like 40 seconds faster than normal. So this is really damn fast.
Whew.
Well, it looks like Bobo is going Guardians. He's teching into Hive.
Yeah, very quickly.
But how do we stop it? He does find bottom right. That's great for him.
Yeah, and there's no like Goliaths or anything which you would traditionally use against Guardians. So what's the answer here? I mean, he's got a control group of mutas. Like even with +1, a control group of mutas is going to start killing those Marines very quickly.
Well, this is always dangerous to do versus Bobo because he has some of the best muta control despite losing one right there. To move out with just one group with no units reinforcing.
Oh, we're stimming.
He's going to get the Overlord, but still think it's fine because Casper can't push through these 3 Sunkens.
Yeah.
And he's cutting tech to get all this up or get all these units.
Let's see. We have a bio ball back at home. Yeah, just barely. Mutas. Do you think Bobo's being a little bit indecisive with his mutas?
He needs to get kills, but remember, if the lag is actually, damn, he loses another muta. That's the power of this fast +1 in range. He isn't able to whittle down the ball just yet. Oh, he went in right before +1 armor kicked in.
All right, now it's done, so he should have a theoretically better time. Doesn't want to lose him to free muta. Takes a little bit of damage, but still gets it from the control group. Back to a control group, and he should be able to clean these Marines. But this is already you should be able to tell as a Terran player that this is a surprising number of mutas.
Well, it is still 2-hatch, so it's not something super abnormal just yet. Hive just finished. It's got to be Guardians, right? Greater Spire should start any second now. He's got a lot of gas. It could still be Ultras, but we don't have the Carapace, so that's unlikely.
Yeah, Greater Spire on the way, so that should be. I mean, it actually takes a deceptively long time to morph Greater Spire,
he's
but
not jumping up.
Oh, he's trying. Yeah, he's focusing him down. He actually targeted the muta there for a second. The Sunkens are morphing in the front, but they're starting to pop in the back, trying to target it down, pulling the drones, doing anything to just barely hold on. The Sunkens popping as soon as they finish morphing. The muta's coming back, and I think he will just barely be able to clean this up. All the drones die, so it's still catastrophic losses. And actually, most of the mutas are going to be a little bit damaged, but he holds the front door, but he costs all of his drones.
That was a huge misstep from Bobo. There was an SCV at bottom right, just at the base, and he sent all of his mutas there to kill one worker that can't do anything, and he got punished. As soon as Casper saw the mutas were over there, he jumped on it. Now he has an overwhelming amount of bio, and there's only 7 mutas, and this is +1 armor Marines, so they're going to take a lot of hits to kill.
Plus, if you're morphing your mutas into Guardians across the map, you will never reach your opponent's base. I mean, I guess they are named Guardians, but you're not supposed to use them to guard your base. You're supposed to kill your opponent with them. It's not going to be doing that anytime soon. Stimming in, scans to see that there are quite a few Sunkens, and this bio ball isn't as big as the last one. This is still an insane amount of Sunkens to be built, especially after losing so many drones. The economy in shambles, 17 to 42. Yeah. Babo's in trouble.
He has 16 drones. He can't build any Guardians because he's just struggling to survive. And meanwhile, Casper did tech surprisingly fast for his opener. His vessels are already out. He's going to have Irradiate pretty soon. He's even starting to build tanks. He's got his +1 and +1 armor completed, so he should be able to start +2 pretty soon. But Babo's doing a good job with what he has left, whittling down as much bio as possible. But Casper has everything under control. He's taking the natural. He's probably going to take top right too. So he's exploding. He knows that Babo really can't do anything. It's 85 to 40.
I mean, he's got Carapace mutas. It's okay, but we really haven't seen the Guardian tech at all. So, I mean, maybe that's something that catches Casper so by surprise that you can kind of, you know, Billy Mays it, set it and forget it. That's not him, but the idea is there, right? You want to put the Guardians somewhere, an vantage point where they can deal a lot of damage. He's morphing like 1 or 2 back at home, and I don't know if that's going to hold.
I actually think he's just going to D-Matrix and go. As soon as he sees the mutas at the top, he's probably just going to bust. That's 6 Sunkens, but we have +1 armor. We've got a tank. There's only 1 Guardian trying to defend it. There's no way the Babo can hold this.
I think he realizes it's time. Excuse me. He's got a lot of Scourge, so he's going to try to run in, Scourge the vessel, use the Guardians. He's actually taking a little bit of damage on these Guardians. It's time. He's running them in. Oh, actually, wow, they make it through.
D-Matrix on that 1 Marine at the top, so the Guardian couldn't one-shot it anymore.
I mean, look, you got to use what you can. Targeting down the Guardian, more morphing. There's nothing else left to defend. It's all dead.
Absolute domination from Casper. Just picked Babo apart. Build order was really slick. Got away with murder with a greedy build, but executed it perfectly. This was complete control from Casper. And it's not like he was even all in with this, because look at top right, he's double expanded.
Oh yeah, you're right. Oh my God, Casper and command centers. Name a more iconic duo. He's got a ton of them. We're coming in with a ride of the Guardians and finally maybe able to clean this up, but it's 15 to 50 workers, and I feel like that might just tell the story of just how dead Babo is. Revenge.
He got revenge. So Casper is going to move on. 6 Guardians. There's no way that he can actually come back from this. There's race out.
Oh, that's the nail in the coffin.
And they have cloak too.
Somewhat BM, I might add. Raise is how you finish this. Okay, all right. Scans, checks him out, cloaks him up, and there's no overlords to detect. So that is the mutas running back with their gigantic proboscis between their wings, tail between their legs, whatever. He's having to morph more Sunkens. It's not going to do anything. He does have an overlord there for vision for a second and then loses it. So the song and dance that we are going to play here might be okay for Babo, but he's got nothing else.
Yeah, there's just nothing left. He's got these 6 Guardians. He's going to hold on for now, but no econ, 60 SCVs, 4 Casper. He's got 4 bases. I wouldn't be surprised if we see like 10 starports go down and we just go mass Wraith Man.
Look, he could build 10 of anything and just run it across the map to win. There's another Spire. Did he lose the previous Spire?
Yeah,
he did. Oh my God, I forgot about that. Yeah, so he has to rebuild the Spire to build even build mutas. He's losing more of his like 27 drones right now. Oh my God, he's gonna try to Scourge the cloaked rays. He gets one of them, but the rest are cloaked. They escape just before they barely run out of cloaking juice.
So we got double factory or double armory coming in. We've got 2 facts. So is he going for like a mech switch? I mean, he has so much bio. It's just probably just going to be tanks. But he doesn't need this. There's a third starport at top right.
Really?
Yeah, he has
Oh
just
my
one
God.
randomly over there. It's like campaign style, just random buildings. Even the armory's up
Why
there.
would you put it there
But
ever?
this is so much bio back at the entrance of Babo, but the Guardians will hold strong until these raids come in. But they don't have +1 weapons, so they're not able to two-shot these Marines.
I mean,
But here come the raids.
Yeah, he's baiting the Goliath or the Guardians out, and now he's just gonna come in and one-shot him. Yeah, 1, 2. Okay, I mean, he runs back. He's still microing. God damn! Look at the control.
There's only 2 Guardians left, maybe 3. It's really nothing. Casper can go anytime. Here he goes. This has got to be the game-ending move. Bursting down those 3 Guardians. Casper gonna move on to the next round.
Yeah, this is gonna be it. He's gonna bust the sunken GG. Babo taps out, and Grime Boss, aka Casper, advances on. And in the end, the Russian group of death will result in Casper in second place and DeWalt in first place out of Group D. Wow, what
2 Russians make it out of the Russian death group.
who could have predicted that? And actually, Babo made it all the way to the end. He was there. If he had won that series against Casper, he would have advanced out of the Russian group of death. In the end, it was a pretty exciting group. I think we got a chance to see some really even games in our first series. That Cryok Mad series, just insane, crazy, so good, even though it lasted about an hour and a half. And even the second series, we had a chance to see DeWalt just like be beast mode, completely amazing. Great to watch that happen. And then in the end, we got a chance to see revenge for Casper as he takes out Babo, even under all of the mitigating circumstances. So I guess actually, if you talk a big game saying if you had done any other build, you would have won. So you did the only build that could have lost you the game, and then you proved that in the next 2 games. Look, confidence, hard at work. So it's going to be a lot of fun to watch these guys play in the round of 16. That's where DeWalt and Casper are going. And they will be joined by 2 more players, by 4 more players. God, I can't believe we're doing this so quickly. By 4 more players tomorrow as we finish the round of 24. How do we do it? I don't understand. We're going to finish the round of 24 tomorrow as we conclude groups A, B, C, D, D, E, and F. Yes. Okay, thank you for helping me with my alphabet there, Nyoka. That's what we keep him around for. Oh, man, it's been an exhausting day, a total of 6 hours broadcasting. So thanks to everybody for coming out and tuning in to the BSL, to all 500 or so of you that have been here yesterday and today. We really hope you come back tomorrow. In the meantime, by way of housekeeping, we want to encourage you to continue supporting BSL. If all you can do is keep watching it, then keep doing that. You can follow the stream for free. If you want to support the stream, you can subscribe or leave a donation. We had so many donations today. I just really want to thank everybody for doing that. You can also donate by supporting BSL through Patreon, patreon.com/bombastic. And here are a few of the looks. Here is a look at a few of the Patreons that are supporting BSL. STRFKR, which requires a little bit of imagination to figure out, at $100 a month. So a big thanks to him. Striker, whose name is vaguely similar, at $50 a month. ARG Sabbath, Kemchak, Moontang Spacewalk, Lingdom Pump, and LML, who I believe is qualified for Gosu League, so we'll get a chance to see him play in there. And of course, a whole host of other people supporting the BSL via Patreon. If you want me to read your name, subscribe at $20 or more, and we will get that done. Damn, that's a lot of support. So thank you so much to everybody for supporting the BSL this season. It's already off to a good start. Could it possibly get any better, Nyoka?
No, I don't think so. The Terran versus Terrans, I know a lot of people don't like TVT, and then those games were epic. Actually,
they were so good.
They were really good.
I was prepared for a long Terran game, but it was a long, good Terran game, so I don't even care. Those were amazing games.
Now we got good games coming tomorrow. E and F. I know I can't remember now. My mind's blank, but I know Cadenzi is in one of the great.
Yeah, Cadenzi coming up. We've got. Let's see. Hold on. Let me do a quick refresherino here on the groups. Sorry, I have memorized these earlier, guys, I promise. So groups E and F are True Touch coming back. How dare he be in the round of 24? This guy deserves to be seeded into the semifinal. Multiple BSL champion, I think 4-time BSL champion. Then he's got Favorite and Goes Too Dark and SPX in Group E. Then we've got Group F, which has Crossy, Cadenzi, Ultra, and Kaido, a newcomer to the BSL Pro League. So it's going to be super exciting to watch that group in action as well. Yeah, really exciting. Cannot wait to conclude the round of 24 with all of you fine people tomorrow. But that's going to have to be then, because for now, we are signing off. So a big thanks to everybody who watched, donated, told their friends to come watch. And so on behalf of myself and Nyokin and Zero behind the scenes and everyone involved in the wonder that is BSL, thank you so much for being a part of this. We'll see you right back here again for the conclusion of the round of 24 tomorrow. Have a good night.